Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Group 3 match of the Challenge Cup Season 7. Sorry, I think I might have audio still going on. Uh, for a Group 3 match of the Challenge Cup Season 7 between OoT and FcS35 here on the Silver Gauntlets. OoT is currently fighting for their tournament life, as if they lose this match, they will not be making their way to brackets, while FcS35 is looking to knock him out. I'm looking forward to watching this match and hope you are as well. Your commentators today are TobiasG, Majarkin, and Dastar, who are more than and their capable hands I will now leave you in if you'll take it away.
Hello and welcome, everyone.
New
It's
phone,
that
who
time
dis?
yeah. Yeah, you haven't been here for a while. Also, hi, Majarkin. Apparently, on Restream, you're just called M.
Just M, yeah. That's fine.
That's the privacy mode, by the way. That's privacy hide username thing in streamer mode, by the way. If you want to change that.
It's M that stands for morning.
Hey.
All right.
But
yeah, so how you guys doing? I've been lurking through a lot of this. I've been doing the back end stuff with Tobias and the others, but this is my first time actually volunteering for the Challenge Cup this year, so I am looking forward to this. There's been some crazy settings choices, and it looks like this one is less crazy on that. Is that right?
Just about, yeah. I mean, we are looking at open bridge, dungeon tokens, 1 chicken, and pre-planted beans. So, Nestriel, if you want to set them off now, you can. We are looking at a seed that can be a bit nasty, because open bridge, after all, is the setting that netted Season 4 of the OOTR main tournament the nickname Season 4 Hours. Because half the checks in Ganon's castle can be locked behind Strength 3, the Golden Gauntlets. And quite evidently...
Was haben wir denn hier?
We got audio.
We got
one of the runners.
Yeah, we got Utz's audio, Utz's voice. So apparently
Utz's voice.
FCS's. We're gonna have to use FCS's audio. Here we go.
Right.
Forest Iku. Oh boy, I completely missed the dungeons. So if someone else wants to post them in chat, feel free.
It's all right. That's
Jabo
why
DC Forest Deku Spirit. That's why we have chat. Thanks, Triple Factorial.
That's why we have chat, and that's why we have trackers. It's not like we actually. Oh, Market Foolish. You love to see that.
Yep, Toilet is dead as well.
Oh,
so sorry,
okay. I'm out.
Nastar.
See ya. I'm out. Bye.
Bye. Graveyard to Queen Goma, and Skull Mask is also dead.
I can't wait for them to go to the graveyard and see like a slingshot on the ledge to be like some just complete bait. Like, come on, like it's either that or Kakiri Sword. It's one or the other.
For sure.
Not necessarily the ledge, but I'm just waiting for
Not
it to be
necessarily.
I'm just. I mean, okay. Look. I mean, you're right, but still.
We can have a lot of fun here still.
Yes, fun, says someone who actively runs the game. Anyway, we do have a Light Medallion start and Song of Time start. I don't remember if that was said because I got distracted because shiny objects.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of an unfortunate start because you can't really do anything with it.
Yeah. Song of Time really doesn't give you anything right away. I mean, it gives you a free walk out of Dampe race instead of having to do the trick to get back to the start.
I feel like
that,
what Song of Time really gives you at the start of a race is if you get that hook shot, you have access to the Courtyard of Forest. I feel like
you want to make that trip, but
yeah, I just feel like that's really what an opening Song of Time gives you more than any of the other things. Like it's 1 check here, 1 check there, but that's really where the bulk of early Song of Time goes.
Yeah, I like to route CAC backwards because you have Song of Time. You still get the song beforehand, but you route Skull House, Anju's Chicken, and stuff like that. Get the song in case you get ZL out of the windmill, and then you go through Graveyard and you Song of Time back into Windmill, and then you reverse here, and you
Question: CAC backwards, isn't that just CAC? Anyway,
I guess so.
Aside. Anyway, I thought dungeon tokens. Oh, the tokens from the dungeon are shuffled, is what you mean.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Those
that-
tokens from the
okay.
dungeon are shuffled into the overall item pool. Hence, why you can definitely still find skull tokens anywhere in the world at this point.
Yeah, that's what confused me. I thought it was the other way around, and I was really confused why Rufio had a token. Like, should what? Huh?
Yes, that should be there.
Okay,
so
cool.
What Dungeon Skulls do to a seed is it makes it a lot harder to purposely route skulls if it's the skull seed, and we still haven't seen if we're doing 40 or 50 yet today. Well, we should see that shortly. Oh, a nice Nocturne
in the windmill.
here. Yeah.
With Shadow Temple not required, but super early Nocturne. This is already starting to get interesting. This can get spicy quickly, especially with Dungeon Skulls. Imagine a required item hidden on the skull at the boat in Shadow Temple.
All right, we're getting skull hints.
There's also a lot more requirements in Dungeons to full clear them. 50's dead. And
40 is
dead.
a token. Cool.
Yeah. So not a skull seed today. Runners probably happy about that. So if you're pushing for skulls early, say there was a hook shot on one of those, it's a lot harder to purposely route those in because now there's a bunch of items in dungeons, right? And so when you're going through, say, DC, well, it has a ton more checks, but you can't actually get a lot of them without certain requirements. Like, one of them needs a hook shot in DC to logically get it, right? So the bridge one, and there's quite a few different requirements to full clear areas. So dipping dungeons becomes, while it's still really good, especially in this because you have more checks in dungeons, so dungeons are strengthened, but it also causes more requirements to actually get everything.
I also just realized that pre-planted beans means my meme about whatever the path being on the ledge doesn't matter at all. It's easy.
Is that
Nobody
bottom
cares.
of the well to the Dodongo? Is that what I saw?
Yes, indeed. Bottom of the well to King Dodongo. So we do need Song of Storms for our bomb bag.
As OoT takes a fireball to the face.
Yep. So that's
for
really
our bomb
good.
Bag, or if you want to be more cursed, first strength.
So having Nocturne is really good here because it'll make that bottom of the well for your bomb bag play a lot easier or a lot faster.
No, it's going to be for the
OoT teaches us.
The well item is going to be for the hook shot because that one skull that requires a hook shot is 100% where the item is.
Could be, but one of the difference here is OoT didn't play Nocturne and get that hint yet. It was FCS who did it, so
yeah, they'll get there.
Eventually. I'm just a fan of playing. If you get Nocturne, you play it in CAC and get that hint.
And hey, it works for you.
Yeah.
What was your rank after the qualifiers?
70 something.
That's right. I couldn't remember if you were like, I can't remember. I got you confused with somebody else in my head. And I'm like, wait, you're in Challenge Cup. What am I talking about?
Yep. I had a big burnout from playing way too much, and it just led into quals, there were some rough quals in there too. So, but yeah.
Yes.
FCS is definitely challenging OoT for who's taking more fireballs.
Yeah, and sometimes Dompe's just mean. So.
Yeah, no, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Dompe is the worst.
So you're seeing what OoT did. Still using Song of Time to go through graveyard, go through into the windmill, but instead of running this way, you can go backwards to go with the grotto and the man on roof. That's what I prefer to do.
Yeah.
I think both runners are going forward because what that lets you do is you could then go up the mountain if you found, bombs or strength or something like that, or bow,
and money for
even,
a shield.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus you're gonna have money to buy your shield. So.
But yeah, the bottom line is we're still seeing the same checks from both players. There's nothing new yet. They're both just doing the full round of what they can do in Kakariko. OoT obviously got that yellow rupee on top of the ledge, so he's buying that shield. We'll see if FCS does the same in a second.
I would expect they both to do it.
Agreed. But I know it's a thing, so I'm not going to just say they're going to do it before they do, because I'm usually wrong. That's kind of my shtick.
And OoT decided to climb the mountain, which I don't think is bad since you can just save quit after peeking here, but you should just look on top of DC and be done.
And
Oh, that's Aurora's Wind. We do want that.
That's 100% something you stop for.
Especially with Dungeon Skulls, definitely a worthwhile fight, and you just hope that magic is somewhere available early as well.
Nah.
So the one thing OoT's missed here is you can roll into the wall in DC and peek the bombable wall chest. Knowing if there's a big chest lets you route it in sooner, and it can be very important. Of course, we don't have bombs, but...
But he does know its path yet. Oh no, that hint was on the Nocturne Warp, right? So he doesn't have that yet?
Oh, that was bottom of the well being path.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That being said, OoT's is... might have remembered something, because evidently FCS is heading up the river for some more hints. OoT's, I think,
Open bridge.
might be opening... Oh, open bridge! He's going for the early Ganon's Castle check. That's a play. I don't dislike it.
You get Forest and Water Trials. Yeah, and you could do Hookless Spirit Trial.
And here's a cool thing about pre-planted beans. River is faster. Because you can just take it straight up here, and you're done. So you save a lot of time.
That is so cool.
My personal opening with these settings would have been inside Ganon's Castle, because you get 3 immediate checks, right? And then...
Ocarina of Time is Minuet.
Okay, OT is Minuet.
Sorry, that seemed a little bit important.
It is. So we're not getting Minuet today.
No.
And it's not a hard requirement. Well, it can be, but it's not for either of these runners. They're in Challenge Cup. They know how to Mito skip. So,
Listen, if I can do Mito skip, so can these runners.
Yep. So what I would have done is check these 3 checks Ganon's Castle. There's Sphere 0. It's open. And then that sets at nighttime. You go up river, and by the time you're up river and back down, it's daytime again for CAC. And you got all the hints. That's how I would have opened. And then you get 60 rupees. There's a fairly consistent way. Oh, and King Zora is dead. So we're not seeing Unfreeze the King today. But there's a consistent way to get 3 of those red rupees at the top of river. So you can go with 60, and then you can easily get another 40 between... the Dape race and then the 20 that's in the box near the grotto and CAC. So you can have 100 rupees for a shield.
Also want to call it that full heart in the water trial in Ganon's Castle, because that's... people in Challenge Cup do not get hearts, especially when the chests are marked to show you, hey, this is a heart, don't pick it up. Players at this level just don't need them. You don't. I do. You don't. And having that early extra heart container is a big boost, I think.
It looks like OoT's is even going for the check with the Stalfos up here.
All right.
Just doing everything he can in Ganon's Castle for now.
I think that's fine. You're here. You made the time, and this is required, right? So.
And here comes FC.
Yeah, doing the same thing.
I mean, it was a good call. Unfortunately, the first couple big normal start locations don't seem to have literally anything.
Well, next step is going to be going Child. I'm almost certain for both of these runners. Yeah, you go the 3-song route, you get the song from London Ranch, you get the song from Sacred Forest Meadow, and then you see where that leaves you. You basically you get a bunch more checks in Kokiri Forest as well, and then you will have a pretty good idea about the Sphere 0 checks that the game has for you, and that'll give you some direction about what the game expects you to do first.
Yeah, we've had absolutely nothing so far. Nothing in Ganon's Castle. Nothing in the river. We had a couple. We know that the graveyard is path, but we don't know for what yet. We know it's path to Queen Goma, and the well is path to King Dodongo. Correct?
Yes. That is correct.
Okay, just making sure I'm remembering things correctly.
FC also
Mito
peeking Shadow Trial 1. We'll see if Mito Provido.
Yeah, you want to peek Shadow Trial 1. You want to do your peak. So you're here, you wasted a bunch of time.
Oh yeah, they both peaked.
Yeah,
they both peaked. Well, I don't know about their lives. I don't know if they've peaked or not, but they're definitely looked at the check.
Oh my god.
So the main difference here is OoT's went up Death Mountain Trail to check what's on top of Dodongo's, and FCS went to River and got a couple hints. So
And here you
nice
go.
heads up play by OoT here, by the way.
It's reading the bottom of the well.
He learned about bottom of the well just now, but he also remembered that, hey, going to Ganon's castle sets your time of day to the perfect time to eliminate an oft-forgotten check in this game, which is Dampe digging.
Especially
And
with
this
that path.
could easily be K-Sword right here.
Yep.
Because it was in my seed earlier today.
Come on, bottle.
Boy.
Come on, bottle.
Oh.
Nope. Token. Wait.
So we're
No,
looking at...
there is no
But
way.
wait, they're walking by Dompe's hut. I thought that was the Temple of... Anyway.
Oh my god. That was a seed.
2 in a row was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Mino
so...
was in a mood.
We know that either the song in the composer's grave or the torches or the sun's grave checks are the path. One of those 3 is the
Correct.
path.
Yep. To Deku, which, if it's just a sling, you are
Don't
sad.
care.
You're sad. You're very sad, because that just burned your path to Deku.
Yep.
So you have Mido Provido, or will we get a Valley play later?
Oh, that's a
Mido
Provido.
Mido doth Provido, maybe?
Survey says...
Survey says, Provido-ish?
It's an item, it's our first
And
item.
Greg! We got Greg, everybody!
The green rupee of eternal glory has been found, and OoT is now at 5 hearts. Yeah, if you're just standing in front of a heart chest, you definitely pick it up.
Uh-huh. Come on, I guess it can't be. Part of me was kind of hoping a little bit for a vanilla K-Sword, but I guess if you have that path, it really can't be.
No, it can. Yeah, it still can.
Yeah, because the slingshot could be the... Yeah, I know it can, it's not. It's even less likely. I feel like we have Sky, but I don't remember, frankly.
So, what's interesting here is that we're on a we're running out of checks, right? And it's starting to get some of the worst checks. Like, we haven't seen... Well, no, we do have a Skull Mask, so we know it's not that. But 10 skulls is super, super, super in logic here. Like,
Yep.
It's easy peasy with how many skull chests they found. So this could just be 10 skulls has our whatever we need. It could be bombs is probably the biggest locker, but bow, strength, anything like that.
Far be it from me to ever agree with a Valley Lake call, but I think Jax is right.
Yeah, this is Valley Lake if you do not find anything in the Lost Woods or in Lon Lon. So you're basically going Lost Woods to Sorry Song, and then you're going Lon Lon, and if you don't find anything, you Valley Lake. Because what else do you have to do? Chickens, 10 skulls? And I'm surprised we didn't see a Richard from UTZ. I would have routed in Richard, but... Oh wait, it's dead. Never mind.
It could very well be that the song in Lon Lon Ranch is either ZL or Sons, and that'll make one of them go to the graveyard. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know our songs yet, but obviously finding storms, you're gonna rush the bottom of the well because you're gonna get your bomb bag. But
yeah, it has nothing to do with the path to King Dodongo. Bombs unlock half the freaking game. Oh, speak of the devil.
Speaking of, Skull Kid has a bomb bag. So I am going to tell you, Saria's song is rather late in the game, and so is in any way, shape, or form Forest Temple, because there is a path to King Dodongo in bottom of the well path item that is either going to be a bomb bag or it is going to be a strength or something that takes us to either one of those. Because that is the only thing that can be path to King Dodongo.
And even better,
not though, that's gonna be hella cursed.
Even better, we know Minuet is on the Ocarina of Time check, so Saria's is likely going to be our logical forest. Well, it has to be actually.
Logical SFM access, logical access to that song as adult.
I think we're literally getting. Yeah.
Saria's can't be on Burning Cat, guys. Don't get your hopes up. It literally can't be. Shadow is bomb locked, so it cannot be there.
No. Saria's can't be on Burning Cat because Forest is Saria's locked.
Which, yeah, so Forest is Saria's locked, and Minuet is OOT locked, and Shadow is bomb locked. Guaranteed.
All right.
So it's not there. Don't get your hopes up. It's just going to be a bomb bag in the well. But
and once again, more skulls as our rewards for things. We are bone dry here, everybody.
Yeah. There's going to be one unlock item to the seed, and so far we haven't found it yet. It'll probably be the SFM song at this point, I'm pretty sure.
You know 100% that when FCS walked into Mito's house right there and saw the big chest, he's like, "Oh, finally, I found something!" And then got fire. I was like, "Oh shit."
Basically. That is basically gotta have been his thought process, and if we had listened into OoT's audio at this point, I'm pretty sure we would have heard the same.
Right. All right, so we're about to. You know what? Let's throw a bone with that possible cursed logic chain. Give me Vanilla Saria right here.
Sure.
It can't be though, because then you would have bombs available. So Saria's can't be on Epona or Saria's. So
damn it.
Or it just can't be.
All right. Well, how about
the
ZL
doggo
then?
path has to lead to bombs. Yeah, we could get ZL here.
Give
That
me
would be
ZL
very
then.
nice.
We'll split the difference.
Storms would be wonderful. I wouldn't be surprised if the graveyard path is actually for something like storms to get bombs, and then K-Sword is somewhere behind bombs, which is like everything.
I mean, that'll
There's
give
ZL,
you your song in the graveyard.
Okay.
There we go. We got ZL. Yep.
And
Frost, you dead.
is dead.
What happened to audio, or am I losing something? Am I losing it?
I hear FCS. It's just really light.
It's been pretty
Crackly.
pretty crackly all the
Okay.
time. At least
Just
on the
making sure
show camera. I think you're not hearing that on restream though.
Yeah, they'd be yelling at us at that point.
True.
It's all good. Valley Foolish. Let's go. Screw the Valley Lakers.
So,
Valley Laker
now
girls
you don't feel
officially
Valley.
losing this seed. And
GG.
GTG to okay.
But we know Toilet's dead. No.
Bah.
So
Your meme's dead. I'm sorry.
UTZ
my
is
meme's
doing
still dead
exactly what I
For
would
20
do,
minutes.
which is immediately go get the song in here and also do flame storage, because it's path. This is what
it's
you
path.
It narrows down whether or not we know that the path is sunlocked or not, and that's kind of important because that's literally the only thing Sunsong ever locks. So chances are we're about to find our path.
Yeah, and I have a
3.
feeling it's going to be probably storms here. I wouldn't be surprised, because a lot of the seed is bomb locked.
Also, when did we find a nut crate?
I don't know.
They both found it, so
It's a bit early.
Yeah.
this
It was
doesn't have to be storms, but it is very likely to be storms in here. Oh, there's plenty of other places it can be. It's just a gut feeling.
Unless
could,
it's going to be Bolero for whatever's on the crater check.
It could be a warp song for another song. I mean, storms could just be on Epona's.
I kind of have the gut feeling. I agree with your gut feeling, Majarkin, though, that I agree with your gut feeling that these paths do have a lot of overlap. So this is Composer's Grave, Storms, and Graveyard is most that is likely going to be your graveyard path as well.
Yes, that it's too many checks. Obviously, you're going to do this, like do flame storage because you're eliminating checks, right? And it could just be K-Sword here behind Magic and a Fire Source, which we already have a Fire Source, right? We just need a bow, but in Magic. But
and as long as you're not me, go ahead.
But likely, it's just telling us bombs are locking K-Sword is all it's telling us, or it could just be in the well or one of the other storms checks. But
if you're there, it's a path location. There is no way you don't skip it, especially if you're not like me and can actually execute the check correctly.
I am 100% sure that this is just going to be a bombs in the well, which lock everything else kind of seed. And that's why this storms his path to Goma.
Yeah, we're either going to get hard bottleneck up front for whatever leads to that first bomb bag, or everything is pointing to this one bomb bag, and after that we're going to have no direction. One of those two is going to happen.
Likely. It's just the DC and the Deku hints are wrapped together is all it's showing right now. So
it looks like it.
This should just be a free bomb bag. It could be something else. We've had tons of chains going into DC, right? We've seen some nasty logic. So let's hope for that because we can have some fun. But the race bot or
what's the bot that rolls the seeds? Yeah, race time. Mito rolls it.
Well, Mito was very nice. Earlier on my random seed earlier today, we had a sub 2 hour season 7, which is like unheard of. So
Dude.
Yeah.
And what were your drafts for that?
Shops.
Wait, you had a sub 2 shop seed? God damn it.
Yeah. We also had long shot on King Zora, so unhinted. And then it was reachable only, and that really helps shorten the seeds. But...
Yeah, as Triple Factorial shows in the chat, the lens itself isn't going to hard lock anything. All of our runners are going to be able to get all of the lens lock checks without it, because the only one that is hard lens locked is not important, as we know it's foolish.
Yeah, that being said, definitely, like, that would be a mean path item, because that would just basically mean there's something beyond the wasteland.
In the desert, yeah, exactly. Which, thanks game, water is wet.
Yeah, Serious Business had a question about, is it possible to stop Guan with Dins? It's possible. Jax answered it. Thank you, Jax. Just for everyone else, it is possible. It's a trick, right? It's not an enabled trick. So you can do it. It's possible, but it's not in logic. So the timing's really tough on that, so...
So let's see. That's not a big chest.
And nothing big so far in here.
Well, has been flushed.
But we know something's in here, so...
Somewhere.
So
in the floor on dead hand.
The 2 bomb lock checks were nothing. So this is... we're going to get our path item, regardless.
I wouldn't say nothing yet. I would have liked to see a peek for logic. I guess it doesn't matter. I would like to see if it was a key or not, but... There's that... Because that tells you where your item has to be.
So in chat, we've noted 1 key was bomb locked. We've got a 2nd key in that coffin. So there's a 3rd key, right?
No, Boots already has the 3rd key.
So he does.
I thought the bomb locked the bomb lock check was a skull token, but I might have been wrong.
Pat brings up a good point. We could be boomerang locked in here, because dungeon skulls.
Dungeon skulls.
So you can't skip keys in the well with dungeon skulls. It bit me. Oh, there's the big chest.
Hold. Okay,
well, that's kind of easily resolved then.
Yeah.
And the race is in go. No, I'm kidding.
And so I think OoT is forgetting about dungeon skulls. There was a qual that had an item on bottom of the well dungeon skull, and you could go here early before you could get it with boomerang, or you can check it.
I do not believe OoT should be forgetting about dungeon skulls, considering he picked it.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that resolves our DC path, and that gives us everything in DC but 1 skull, in terms of ability to actually get it. You physically can't get one of the skulls or peek it with the current items, but...
And while we are only 20-some minutes into the race, and having those paths basically coincide on each other and having it all connect, it's not going to be much of a difference, even though OoT is a minute or 2 ahead of FCS at this point. Because we're just getting started. There's going to be something else that is, forgive my French, but bullshit in this seed. It's going to happen.
Well, right now, unless K-Sword is on one of these storms checks, right, or here in bottom of the well still, you basically say K-Sword's locked by bombs, and at this point in the seed, what isn't? So,
yeah. Which goes back to the earlier point about, yes, we know bombs unlocks half the freaking game, and here's FCS picking up that key as you guys were talking about.
Yeah, because you could peek all of the skulls with bombs here. You can throw it and blow them up and see what they are. So if there is an item and you can't get it, you can at least know. Versus, if you didn't peek them, it's very hard to justify coming back for 1 or 2 checks, right? Compared to the rest of the density of the seed. So that's why peeking your checks is very important.
So is OoT gonna save before using the 2nd key?
Nope.
I would guess so.
I mean, he doesn't want to go back for the 3rd key in the coffin.
I mean, he didn't use it, so he didn't save it. I mean.
Yeah, I mean he can use the he can save before using the 2nd key here.
Yeah.
The skull is nothing.
Good bomb usage from OoT.
Yep.
And FCS getting their bomb bag.
And OoT is just straight up not doing it. Cool. Just orphaning that one skull. Honestly,
I'm surprised.
That's a play.
That's how you lose games. So
yeah, but it's also it wasn't a lot of time gained for a pretty big risk. So I kind of agree with you there.
Well,
especially because it's on the path to Deku, right? Or potentially on the path to Deku. That could just be K-Sword sitting there.
yeah,
And
but
it's
Ventnor,
very hard to go back.
there's no way they're going to make a call like that less than half an hour into the race, especially when FCS is literally fighting for his tournament life right here. If he loses this, obviously there's nothing he can do.
Hook shot!
Is that a hook? We got a hook.
Hook shot on that
on the
skull with a
skull.
like. We need a boomerang.
Gross.
No, you can get that. You can jump off of the chest.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you can also get just spit out by the like.
Yes, like as well. So OoT doesn't know how to do that. We'll see if FCS does. But that will actually pull OoT back in. Whether he'll get the chest or not, or not the chest, the key or not is up to question. But yeah, it's out of logic to jump.
But if you know how to do it, you do it, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Graveyard to Goma for Storm's path to Hook at this point because just that, yeah.
Yeah, it's only in logic with Ring. It's not, but you save time by not doing things in logic. So,
Tobias, I know you just said a lot of words that all meant I hate this game.
Kind of.
Okay, just
But
making sure.
like look, in a recent podcast episode, I think it was Chuckles501, fellow Challenge Cup player, who said that he would love to do a comparative study of like did he say that in podcast, or am I just repeating a private conversation? I'm not gonna repeat. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. You know what? I'm just not gonna.
Well, that just made me even more paranoid.
Chad's
He
talking
didn't
about
say
the
anything
hook.
mean about you.
Chat's talking about
It was
the
on a
hook and-
podcast. Cool.
Eh.
In that case, Chuckles said that he would love to do a bit of comparative study about the brains of Uder players and heroin addicts. And honestly, I dig
Those
it.
two are the same thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's that meme. They're the same thing.
You know it hurts you. You gotta come back for it regardless. Anyway, we're gonna see that third skull from FCS. Though I'm pretty sure that hookshot is gonna be it, right? See, it's not gonna be mean enough to give us 2 dungeon skulls with important items. No, it's not gonna.
Yeah, so that's empty. Obviously, the path was to Donongo, which is bombs, so that's settled.
Yeah.
But that we guarantee need 1 hook shot because we have to beat Forest and Spirit. So having that early means you wouldn't have to find the other hook shot, which would be very, very big. Plus skulls if you want to do 20 and 30 early.
If that's the other hook, Ventnor, what the hell?
What if this is the other? Oh my goodness. What if this is the other hook? This is spicy. OoT is giving us Frogs 1 though, so let's see what that is.
Yeah, and this makes sense. Who's not going up there? I probably would have. I guess he's pushing these storms path to Deku would be my guess. So you're trying to see if you can get a K sword in your child 1. Makes sense, and you haven't done it. But now we know that River is completely dead. Yay!
Absolutely.
It's almost as if it starts its location name with a Z word.
You mean
And
Zora?
we'll see what FCS does seeing the hookshot here.
Well, he's gonna get eaten by the like and just get the hook shot. He's not gonna leave that
Yeah.
behind.
What he's gonna
Right.
do when he sees it. Do you mean besides cry?
No, he's not gonna cry. He's gonna be like,
Oh,
cool,
so
free hook shot.
close.
So close.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
You definitely try it again with the like.
Oh, for sure.
Wee,
Problem
that was
is,
fun. Let's do it again.
Like just stole your shield. So
Yeah.
he's gonna take a while to digest that because this like runs away from likes run away from you once they've stolen something like a shield from you.
Yep. And you're seeing how FCS is doing it. You just have to line up on the wall and have the like line up with you, and it'll just spit you out there.
The good news for FCS is even if he decides not to bother getting his shield back, he's got money. He can just buy a new one. He's gonna go to Deku eventually, especially for that path. He can just buy another.
Which is exactly what he's doing.
Yep,
Because he
saying,
knows
"Screw
he's
this."
just about done being child.
Yep, screw
Yeah, and
this,
we don't
I'm
have
out.
shop sanity, so it's it's all on your way to Deku. It's not a big deal.
He's got a hook. He's got bombs. He's got a lot of crap to do.
Yep. And now we get to see the climb out of bottom of the well. Oh, actually, no. You have Nocturne. Just play Nocturne. No.
Or reset.
Because we haven't seen either runner go to Lon Lon yet, so we still want to get the songs. They can be very, very useful. But I would go Lon Lon to adult and go beat DC and do Grand City, Death Mountain Crater. But I would say this is a big advantage for FCS getting that hook shot. The other one might be available and it all washes out, right? But getting that early, you don't need to find another one unless we find a long shot requirement here, which I guess GTG is could technically be a long shot requirement.
In addition to that, what Ventnor said in chat about how that trick could technically doing that trick, if that's the major gap between the two racers, that trick could technically and potentially determine the entire race. But that's not even the worst of it, Ventnor. That trick could keep FCS alive in the tournament.
No, he's already out. He's 0-2. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it backwards. My bad.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the question
right.
is if
Look, 3x3 graphs are hard. 4x4, excuse me.
4x4 graphs are even harder. Anyway, we're about to see what song is in London Ranch. Are we?
Okay, FCS. Oh, not adult can't take the bean, but they're definitely getting that for Roars, no doubt.
Oh, for sure, definitely backflipping over that fence. And I don't hate going up here and seeing what the other DMG checks are that you can access right now. Just
I'm not a big fan of it because you're going to be running up here as adult next anyways. So I'm a little bit. It's kind of out of the way routing. I think they're hoping to get K-Sword, just like OoT was hoping to get it on Frogs 1, doing these storms checks. But I have a big feeling that it's just going to point to bombs, or it could be pointing to hookshot too, right? For how K-Sword is hidden, or it could just be pointing at Slingshot and not K-Sword at all. So that's why I'm not a fan of this, because you're going to come back adult and do all of this over, and you're really not benefiting yourself here, like routing decision-wise.
Yeah, so I will point out FCS did not go for Roars there.
Probably saw it and went, oh, beans are planted, I'll get it as adults when I go to DC. That'd be my guess. It's actually a little bit annoying to get that check as child if you don't have strength, because the bomb flower's in the way.
And Sadie Valley's dead, get wrecked.
Yeah, Valley's dead, so I definitely wouldn't be going Lake this early right now either, especially because we get Serenade here. I guess you could go Lake now, but...
Majarkin, when you said just a few minutes ago that that you wanted them to go to Lon Lon and get the song, we still need to know what that is. I thought in my head, I didn't say it because, of course, why would I? It's just gonna be like Serenade or something, just like Budget Prelude. It's just not gonna be the most useful thing. Of course, they're all gonna be useful, and then of course it happens. So yeah. And Sadie,
yeah.
don't worry about it. Toilet got hinted dead off the get go. So same boat.
Yeah. Serenade is actually very good here for the runners. It'll make it easier to go back adult, so even more reason to just finish up here, Serenade from the back here, and go adult. Get into
And
DC.
And exactly, here's where you use it.
Yep.
Exactly, and you also use this opportunity, obviously, to do child lake checks, to set up your scarecrow. All around a good thing. Or, I guess, if you're OoT, you just go straight back to Castletown. Interesting. I would have not skipped... Ugh, we have an eyeball frog. An eyeball frog has been found. True, but actually, this is not bad, because we know that... we already know that Bigoron is nothing. So this is actually an opportunity for a quick frog warp. Once we decide we want to go to the ice cavern. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lost my train of
We
thought.
don't
there
have
for
a
moment.
bottle yet, so...
Speaking of bumlock things...
This is Lost Woods.
Just what
Right
Bomb
outside
Grotto
of,
has a repeat of the Skull Kid hint, and there's a bomb-locked strength. Yep.
Everything's bomb locked.
Yep, basically, Storms is path to everything this seed.
So here's the interesting thing. We find a bow. We can beat Forest. We can beat DC. Well, you can beat DC without the bow, but from FCS's side. So we get a lot of progression done.
Yep.
Yeah, and like we were thinking, FCS is just checking. That was another GTG to Baronade hint. Checking all the Storms checks, because it's Storms path to Deku, right? Or it's technically Graveyard path to Deku. So it's either Storms or it's on Sunsong Grave, right? So technically, we can have a Sling or K-Sword on Sunsong Grave still. So we don't want to forget that. Bombs and Hook are behind Storms in Graveyard. And that's all we have found from Storms. But Strength is behind Bombs. A lot of things are going to be behind Bombs.
I regret nothing. Deal with it, chat. Oh god. I swear to god, if someone actually makes this happen, I will probably make a noise that shouldn't be heard. Alright, here we got a Redead Grotto.
Yeah, I personally think they're being a little too thorough, given what the potential paths are. Coming back with a couple more items or later can tend to be a little bit more efficient, because you're leaving a couple checks, right? I guess Skull Kid, is dead, so you're only leaving the target in the woods, but you're doing a lot versus doing progression. Like, Bombs, I feel like they're locking everything in this seed. There could be, we have a couple of checks that are left that weren't bomb locked. So that would be my only, that's my opinion as a runner, is I would be rushing DC and bomb checks.
Yeah. Well,
pretty
good news
hard.
is we're still going to see, DC at the 40-minute mark here from OoTs. That's 100% happening. But other than that, I mean, it's like what I say whenever there's Ooter stuff related. We're here for a long time, not a good time.
Yeah, I agree with Jax. I won't be going adult SFM until it's in Logic or I had a bow to go beat Forest, or when I was running out of checks, because we can do quite a bit in Forest, just not all of it. So I was thinking a DC, DMC to adult SFM type of route, where you can go and peek in there, because I've seen bows in there, but Jax is also right, we can't logically get there, so both these runners should know how to skip it. It's just the further the logic is deep in the seed, the less likely useful items are going to be there. So
Haiti, why did you say the J word? You've cursed it now.
we got a big chest in DC.
It doesn't matter.
Let's
We're
see
now
what we
doomed
get.
for 4+ hours thanks to Sadie.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Well, yeah, we'll take that. Storms is path to everything. Also, there is a big chest in Hyrule Field. Let's see what this is. Long shot. What the fuck?
I told you
Okay.
everything's locked behind.
Yep. Storms is path to everything. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Jet.
No, we're far from that yet.
Tobias?
I said what I said.
Hey, we're still missing Rang. We're still missing Rudos. We're missing Strength 2. We're missing Mirror Shield. We're missing Magic. We're missing Lights.
We found 3 items in 40 minutes. It's a jet now.
Hey,
Whoa!
bottom of the well to Twin Rova. Where was this hint? It's in
Bottom of the well. That's gonna be your hook shot. Wait, no, that can't be it.
No, it is hookshot. That tells us that it has to be. It tells us that you're long shot locked in Spirit, either to get to it, or there's a key on the right hand.
All right.
Or
so
there's an item that you need that is long shot locked.
Either hovers are just not a thing this seed, or yeah, as you said, there might be a key on Colossus' right hand, which makes this long shot locked.
Epona's is out at why can't I think
There's a butter
out
knife.
at Spirit, right?
We can now do Deku, and we can forget about the implication that Graveyard is path to Goma for a slingshot or something. We just found Butter Knife. It's
And that
on
was
a
bomb
dungeon
locked.
skull. Yep,
So that
bomb
was
locked.
storms to bombs to inside the Dongas, because that should also tell you that all strengths are also bomb locked. It has to, because you can get into that check with a strength. So you also know hammer is bomb locked, which the runners don't want to find that, but you know everything to get into these checks is bomb locked.
Yep.
Oh,
And
there's another big chonk. DC has everything because everything's bomb locked.
It's just everything is bomb locked. Everything is cruel when you're playing a seed.
Jax, the bow. Oh wait, the bow isn't in logic.
We got a 2-sword dungeon.
You're right, Jax. Well, hammer unlocks strengths though, Jax, and strength can get you there, so hammer has to be as well. That's why hammer's bomb locked.
I'd like to point out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the logic is everything is bomb locked now. There could be something else like mirror shield or something, but because strengths have to be bomb locked there for this to work, you
can basically discard all Sphere 0 checks at this point.
Not necessarily, but yeah. Hammer has to be bomb locked because one of the field checks gave us strength, and strength will get you that check. So therefore, hammer also has to be bomb locked. So everything's bomb locked.
So
pretty much.
Thing, I'd like to point out that we're still not done with DC, and we've already found 3 sharp objects in here.
Yep.
So this is definitely not the type of dungeon you want to run through.
Nope.
And UTZ remembering the skulls in the back here. One of the neat things is, well, bomb shoes make this really fast to check things, but you can actually shoot the Pierre skull there with a bow and just see it. You can probably throw a bomb up there too, but...
I think the Armos push is actually in logic here.
Yes,
because otherwise this is just because otherwise it would railroad the dungeon towards hookshots or railroad the path hints towards hookshots too much. So Utz can peek this with a bow and then can decide if he wants to invest the time to Armos push.
Jax is saying only in Dungeon ER, and that's what I was thinking.
Oh, only in Dungeon ER? I would need to check into Randobots' code to know for sure.
I know they did it for Dungeon ER because it allows DC to be randomized more. Or something like that. It can be in a child only spot even if you turn on skulls type of thing.
I am willing to bet right now that Tobias just opened up Randobot's code to look that up.
Yeah.
He did.
Elmog is also saying the same thing. The Draftbot turns on the trick for Dungeon ER, but only for Dungeon ER. That's what I thought.
Season 7 special cases.
Oh, and
yeah,
UTC
it's dungeon entrance random, not shuffled dungeon skulls. Sorry, you were right.
And the reason is so that it can be in child-only locations.
Yep.
Is I think why, because that allows you to get that skull as a child, which then you don't need a hook shot, so therefore you don't need to be adult to get everything in here.
Ooh, this is a good find. Gives Utz access to Ice Gun. Obviously would love to have a hookshot right about now.
And FCS is being very thorough on child, which is paid off with the long shot, and of course getting an additional, getting the other hook shot early here, but also the strength, I believe was in field as well. So when FCS goes adult here, probably going to go immediately into DC, or
pretty much route that way immediately. Get a bow plus K sword. Go beat Forest right away. Who cares? It's out of logic. You beat it. And then I think you could just save quit, go back child, and beat Deku, and you're really far on your way.
Yeah, I think FCS is just in dungeon rush mode for a moment in a bit.
And you can say it with me, chat, in 3, 2, 1, rush ice! No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I forgot.
Actually,
because...
no, not in Utz's place. You don't want to do that if you don't have a hookshot.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go back there if you find a major item there.
I'm sure of, yeah.
In FCS's spot, actually, after doing DC and Forest, I would expect them to go to GTG because it's path, and they can go there with their long shot. But that also tells us that it is not boomerang out at GTG unless we somehow find Epona somewhere, which is still possible, right? We haven't seen the Bolero song, we haven't seen a couple songs, so it is possible it's still boomerang out at GTG because not boomerang. It could be boomerang there because we could get Eponas, but if we don't find Eponas or it's locked, like say if it's out at Spirit, which we were thinking because it's hook shot path to Spirit, but it's really long shot path to Spirit because the other hook is available and not hook locked. Because we know bombs have to be the path to DC, so the hook in bottom of the well has to be the path to Twin Rova.
So you're saying that having that item is a bit of a long shot?
Yeah. This puts FCS in a much better position in terms of clearing and doing your path progression, like your progression dungeons into path dungeons, where UTC will have to clear a bunch, but that's what FCS has already kind of done, being very, very thorough here in their Child 1.
True. Also, thanks Dastar for reminding me to pull up my soundboard.
Oh no. When did you get a soundboard?
It's in Discord. It's built in.
When did someone give you access to technology? There's never been any good thing the entire Season 7 challenge coming from this.
I have no answer to you for that.
I obviously am joking because literally about what 70 or 80% of like the back end stuff was you doing all this for the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
The rest was Fennel and Mido.
I would reverse those percentages, but anyway.
Fair enough. I mean, I meant to say it reverse, but I can't do math. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're moving on. And we're back at adult for FCS. So we're back to see the Dongo.
Yep. The usual, like if you have bombs, and a hookshot and you are adult, you definitely want to do Crater. At this point, Oats obviously can't do the Bolero check, and kind of not gonna like that.
It's gonna feel a little bit bad for Oats, not being able to do those checks. I don't blame them for going up the mountain though right after DC. You're there, so do it. But I have a feeling that they're going to go into Lost Woods and start doing bomb checks after Goron City here. I mean, you may do a little bit of Death Mountain Crater. Like, you can do a couple checks. You can do the wall plus the grotto, plus you can do Death Mountain Trail Ferry. So I'd do those and then probably go into Adult SFM, which is actually where a hook is. So
also big chest in Goron City Maze, because everything is bomb locked in this seed.
Actually, no, I didn't see which one it was, but I would have said it was the either hammer or strength 2 locked instead.
If it was it was the right side one.
Fair enough. I just wanted to be an ass about it. Anyway, moving on.
Unsurprising.
Cool.
Yeah, but hammer and strength 2 are both bomb locked, so it's bomb locked.
We'll take that. You know what? This is a free T-shirt that we'll absolutely take.
Wait. It's not even a free T-shirt. It's a French vanilla T-shirt.
Yep.
That's great.
There's even another one in the shop, so... but the runners today are not wanting to go into Fire Temple, if they don't have to.
Does anyone ever?
I mean, with Dungeon Skulls, it's actually not that bad. It's even worse when you have Keezy on, but, or key
Oh
rings.
god, Keezy and Dungeon Skulls.
I've had it. Welcome to Multiworld, where you have everything turned on.
Was that a skull on the top?
No, that's
Did not see.
Pharaoh's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean on the top of
The
The
mountain.
crater.
mountain? We'll
The
see it again
volcano.
here.
Yeah.
Or we should.
It just looked like a skull to me. Yeah, okay. I'm being confirmed by chat.
It was a token.
Cool.
Cool. In that case, not much for OoTs to do in the crater. Never mind.
You
OoT
shut your
still
mouth.
Minuet. Yes, sir.
Okay, you're fine.
The other should.
I like that. I like that.
God. Good bait, good
It's
bait.
got jokes.
I just love
Alright.
the double t-shirts within, like, 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's just, yeah, this is... You want fashion percent? Here, have fashion percent.
I need
Yeah.
new shoes for that, sir.
Well-
FCS is going to be very happy here in a little bit when they find the bow just out in the main room. But also being able to use this long shot is so nice.
It was a stick grade.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, especially... Wait, no, he's about to get Kakiri sword. Rip.
Kikiri and bow, yep. And the
And
Goron
Vigor
sword.
Yep,
So,
yep.
You gotta be happy with this, the Dodongo's Cavern here.
Oh, yeah.
But
What a
that's
very
gonna
useful
push...
stick rate, that's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm never unhappy with the Dongo's Cavern because it's always easy. Barely an inconvenience because I don't play hard settings because I suck.
Dungeon Skulls plus Scrubs makes Dodongo's Cavern take a long time.
And this is why I go, no. Anyway, Trailstone is getting eaten by a spider. Well, I guess Suits isn't getting that. Not really. I do it as a meme. And also, TFB isn't real, Ooter.
That's a maximum
wow.
of 2 hours though. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's...
Listen, I'm an admin of the group. I'm allowed to say it. Exactly, Jax. See, Jax knows what I'm talking about. Thanks for covering.
Triforce Blitz, Tomal. Triforce Blitz.
FCS showing off an older style peak of the oh, and also forgetting that scrubs are not turned on. And oh, I didn't realize it was always a Deku Shield normally. So actually saving time to get the Deku Shield back. So today I learned. So thank you for sharing that, FCS. I personally don't like that peak very much because it's harder to see than the one where you're up top on the bridge, since you're going to be there anyways. But if you're going to get that Deku Shield anyways, that's great. So I didn't actually know that was there.
In all dungeons where you have the ability to lose your Deku Shield to fire, you also have the chance to get a new Deku Shield. E.g., if the code weren't bugged in OoT 1.0, you could also get a free new Deku Shield from the pot in in Spirit Temple Childside, right behind the locked door. This is a bug I think that was fixed in later versions of OoT and is also fixed by fixed broken drop setting in the randomizer.
We should see Oots getting the hookshot here in Lost Woods soon. Oh, Hook was in field. Lost Woods was strength. Sorry, thank you, chat. So this is strength, not Hook. I would expect Oots to go and see what's adult SFM song and then probably do field. I mean, they're running out of checks, right? Sort of. I mean, there's still plenty around, but field is pretty dense right now.
Also, heck this nerd. See you, Mido.
quickly showing off the Mido skip there with a bow. You can do the same thing with a hook shot. You can actually do it without any items. It is just different slightly. So you don't have aimer on your screen.
I know it's completely a fluke, but there was one time I just did it for a meme, and I just ran up, turned my back, and tried to do a backflip, and I nailed it first try. So I just have to believe that clearly setups don't exist, and this game is just complete RNG.
I mean, there's a lot of RNG, but that one there's some good setups for.
Oh yeah,
doing that quickly.
Well, I mean, there's also setups for bomb shoe bowling. Who needs those?
A lot of people do.
I know. There we go. There you go. See, called out in chat. There you go. Oh, that is going to be literally the highlight of this game for me at any time.
Speaking of flukes, yeah. Anyway, OoT is going to show us how to skip this maze as an adult, and boom, there you go, up top. Let's see what this Saria's locked song is.
We know it's not Minuet.
Well, I'm gonna know that for sure.
I'm gonna call Requiem.
It could be Saria's, though.
No, it can't.
Now it can.
Oh, actually, it can, yeah.
Because we found the other hook, yeah.
True.
So now it can. And that would actually be funny. It's
Prelude!
not.
Seed playable.
And, Serenade now completely useless. Well...
Yeah, it's not logical AD anymore.
That.
So, well, I guess we don't know what's on Burning Cack, do we? Or did we?
I don't think we have that knowledge yet, but we've got... I don't think we know about Burning Cack or Ice Cavern songs yet. Oh, by hints. I think we can math it out at this point. Or maybe not. Anyway, moving on.
I don't know if we can.
Well, we know GTG is Path to Baronade, so it's either going to be Ruta's Letter or Boomerang, or something leading to one of those out there. But we know that the way to get there is through Longshot. And only one of our players has it.
Yep, that's the way we know right now. Bolero could have,
Well, we are going to see some new checks here from OoT real fast with Deku.
Yep. Bolero could have, Epona, right? And that could, but currently the seed is telling us that Longshot is required for Spirit somehow. It's either key logic, or it's crossing, or it's you need to go beat water or do one of the Longshot lock checks to get like Mirror Shield or Strength 2 or something.
Yeah, we're probably also, like Sky just says in chat, we're FCS is probably going to show us this.
Yep. I fully expect FCS, they're going to climb up the mountain, do DMC, loop, Goron City DMC, and then go beat Forest. So that should be what happens. Then FCS should then go to GTG following paths.
30 dead.
30's
there you go.
dead.
We were looking for it.
Yep.
So 20 could still have a thing, right?
Yes.
We've seen 10.
20 could have something, yep.
Yeah, we've seen 10. We know 30, 40, 50 are dead. 20 is the only unknown skull check right now.
But that something can only be, well, it can't be strength or hammer, because I think there's enough skulls around with just bombs.
Insult to injury, thanks game.
Oh, I guess it could be. Can we do 20 without bombs? That's the question. Don't actually know.
I'm certain there is some kind of oh, never mind. Jack's the skull expert is here.
Well, it's with dungeon skulls, so. But we have dungeon skulls, Jax, so there's a maybe. It depends. Yeah, it's hard to say. That's why I was a little hesitant. Because you could find like a bottle that isn't bomb locked, and that would probably give you enough.
The bottom line is
plus dungeon skulls, yeah.
It is if Mito decides to say screw you today.
Yep. Now this will be curious if the runners, when going through Deku, decide to go check the skull on the back. Because that could be something here. And you can't get that, period, the end, without Boomerang. So. Or glitching, but...
Oh, Biggie. Oh.
Bottle.
I mean,
We'll take it.
Still, it'll still make all the ice usage and ice easier.
Also, we're getting a 10
Oh, that was 20.
dead.
No, that was
Yep.
20.
Oh, cool.
20 dead. We're
So
skulls,
skulls
guys.
are completely useless.
in a dungeon skull seed. We don't need them. Love it.
Yep. I mean, they've gotten a lot of skulls on the way, and I would definitely open them until you got to 20 here, just like both runners have been doing. So that's the right play. Like, you just go and do it, and get skulls along the way, and so it's not a bad thing. FCS has been very thorough. And because of getting that, long shot, I should say, early, has put them in a advantageous position right now, because OoT is going to have to find a boomerang and then go back into bottom of the well to get that check, because they didn't know that. And they haven't found the hook shot, which means they're going to have to double dip going DMC, you know, and they could have entered Force and beat it in one trip there, right, instead of just going there. So going to Adult SFM is a big time sink, unless you're doing that for progression. So a lot of time loss in having to return to areas because of not having the hook shot, unfortunately, for OOTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Ventinor said in chat, like, not being able to execute getting that hook shot in bottom of the well might literally have decided the seed. Obviously, we don't know yet. Obviously, the seed is going to throw more shenanigans at us, but this is certainly, like, every minute that OOTS doesn't have that. Oh, how many Rudos letter? Cool.
Wait. That means it's Boomerang.
Boomerang,
in
and that's actually
GTG, or something that leads to it. We should
okay, so
which means opponents is available.
Accessible.
Yep.
Okay, I'm loving the bait of that big chest there, having the nice arrows, and then you just go and do your dungeon tokens, and it's just Rudo's letter right next to it. What the hell?
So, opponent is in crater or in ice. Because that gives us ice access as well. So, we have Longshot, so we know where Longshot is. And it's logically locked by Boomerang. So, you cannot use Longshot to go to GTG to get Boomerang. So, opponents has to be available.
Alright, OOTS is either checking the back skull or just doesn't feel confident in basement 1 skip here. Probably the latter?
Checking the back skull. He already did B1 skip.
Yeah.
What?
You do B1 skip and then come into this room. You're going backwards here. He did B1 skip to get up here.
Oh.
Yep. And then you use a bomb.
Okay. I hadn't realized he did that.
So this tells us something about Spirit, though. It's either logical crossing to get to Spirit, is why you need the long shot, which means Hovers is not available until later. It could be in Spirit or something. Or Spirit is key locked, as in there's a small key on the right hand. Or you need to do one of the very few long shot lock checks in the seed for something for Spirit.
That's correct, Big Yano.
Do remember that that certain items in Water Temple are long shot locked, I think, including a skull.
Yes, there's a skull and like 2 checks in there.
So Big Yano, I don't believe you need the slingshot to get to the room. I do believe it is how you progress through that path vanilla. I don't believe you need it to get to that room, though.
Vanilla, yes, you do.
You need it to get to the room?
Yes. Like, if you go the B1 loop, you definitely need it.
Oh, it's okay. The eye switches before it. Got it.
Yep. It's logically required for that.
Alright, we found Sun Song on Bolero. So we know horses and ice.
Okay, Sun Song's on Bolero, so okay. That means horses and ice. So does it?
So
yes, it does.
Wait, so it's just a Waffle House freezer?
Yikes.
Horse doesn't. I guess I might have been wrong. There is a potential here. There's still a potential that Epona could. Well, no, it has to be an ice. Never mind. Yeah. Or it's Requiem. Requiem can be there too to then get Epona at Requiem.
Yeah, it was a very nice
etc.
coma.
Yeah. And also, oh yeah, so it can't be on Prelude check. Can't be there.
All right.
Most
so
likely, Epona's an ice. Yeah.
So where's Oots going now?
Where's Oots going now? That's the question. I don't believe they've done Child Lake, and obviously they haven't done Field yet. So maybe it's just a Field.
It's probably
play.
Field, because otherwise they would just Serenade over, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be Field, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, we got the Ocarina of Time! Whoa!
Woo! Woo! But wait, we don't.
Wait, huh?
In fact, you do. The Ocarina of Time is now on your D-pad.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Splice run!
Instance
Splice run!
here.
Yeah, no, I know.
I kind of wish that you got like a different color Ocarina when then you went and picked up the Ocarina, like a bugged Ocarina or something. When this happens, but yeah, so it just gives you an Ocarina upgrade. Yeah.
And for the second time today, we say Bido.
Yeah. So yeah, but if you did all dungeons and went and got the Ocarina of Time where you normally would get it, I was kind of wishing that would bug out or something and give you a weird color or something. So.
Or
Child River
missing number Ocarina. Cool.
You've picked up the Ocarina of Time, but you
find
can't
this
hold
play
it or
by,
something.
This play by Oots is weird because they've already been up Child River and they don't have Ruto's letter, so they're going up. They should have done this, and I believe someone in chat mentioned it when they were first coming up here because they already had ZL. And that's when you should have done this, and now it's another double trip, right, in a place.
Is he guessing that there might be a that his boomerang might be vanilla?
That, or he's thinking
like
maybe
that.
a hook shot or something. Yeah. But FCS is just getting a further and further lead. Obviously, Oots has Deku over FCS, but FCS has both hook shots they need. Deku's quick, right? It's not that much time, and they're going into forest, and Oots is having to retrace their steps a lot. So
FCS is on Dungeon Rush. He has what he needs to do Deku and all the things that Oots does have over him, whereas Oots is very much not. Well, we know, of course, that he's not in the right place. He doesn't.
That's our only bottle, isn't it? Or no, we do have a different bottle.
We have two.
Yeah, okay. So chat's saying not comfortable with KZ skip.
Actually, we have three. I lied. We have three. Because we got a red potion and Ruto's letter in Deku, and there was a fairy in Dodongo's cavern.
Right. Yeah. Chat's right. No magic here to use Feoras is really unfortunate for Oots. Like anywhere Oots could save time, not having to retrace their steps would be very advantageous. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of checks here in Forest because it's already a decent amount of checks, but you're adding 5 more with the skulls here. So, Hyrule Field to Phantom Ganon.
That is a great hint for Oots. He now knows where one of his hookshot is. Or rather, he now knows where his hookshot is.
That's true, yeah, because he's got the strength that he got in the woods. So, that points him to the hookshot he needs. Cool, that'll put him back in.
To answer your question, Saria seems to be locked behind Spirit Temple, and Longshot locked behind Spirit or Water Temple somehow. And Longshot gets you across the desert there. That's the only way I see how this can be path.
It's because it's not necessarily. It could be that's a very big possibility, but you could still have Requiem and Ice. we still have checks. We don't have Strength 2. We don't have Mirror Shield, and there's still potential Spirit Key logic that could require Long Shot. But it could also be for crossing, right?
Because as you pointed out, we know that Epona's is available. Because we know that, then we also know that a hookshot locks the boomerang in GTG.
Yes.
So technically, while we do know where that long shot is, if OoT grabs Epona's from wherever the hell it is, he might not need it. That long shot, I mean.
Logically, you can't require the long shot here, or else you could, like, I don't think you could get that hook as a path if you could get the boomerang, because then you could get the other long shot. It's kind of weird. I'd have to think about the logic some more, but... Oh, big chest and forest. Of course, this is all bomb locked. Which chat was saying it's actually all ZL locked. There's Mirror Shield.
Wowee.
So we're missing Strength 2
What
and
was that?
Rang.
I'm sorry, that little, like, bomb jump down from... not bomb jump. Bow jump down from FCS was hilarious. Am I the only one who saw that?
Wait, is that Dins? In
What?
Lake? Child Lake?
Did not see.
On the
So,
dive, I thought it was Dins. Yeah.
If that's Din's, that means Din still got flushed, it just wasn't in the toilet.
Yeah. Runners
take that
have
as a-
fire arrows anyways, so...
But no magic, so neither of them matter.
Yeah. Fire arrow entry is allowed, right? No. Oh, this is a multi-world.
Womp womp.
That's a hard trick. So something I need to learn for multi-world.
Okay, but when's blue fire arrow entry?
Whenever they code it.
Fair enough.
I
Oh,
love blue
Majarkin,
fire
sorry,
arrows.
I have to put you in jail. Jax has told me to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm not.
heat the jacks.
No,
That being said,
no, I'm not going to jail him.
also, fleeting thought. Never mind.
See, I'll pay the fine instead. I'll give you guys Donut Dog Cam later. Not on this stream, but, you know, plenty of Donut
You know
Dog
what?
Cam to pay the fine.
100% acceptable. That is 100% acceptable.
We take it. This is an acceptable form of payment.
It's bribery. No, it's Donut Dog. Sharing the love. Paying my fines, my dues.
You know what? That's absolutely bribery, and I'm here for it. Anyway. Alright, so here... oh, he started at the hot lake, right?
Yep. Which makes sense.
Bottom of the well.
okay.
Twin Rova, and OoT is about to get his hook shot.
But
Yep.
Serious
He's not a-
Business in chat has a very good point, is that OoT specifically doesn't know that it's the hookshot here. It could be the boomerang that leads to the hook in the well.
True.
So he needs to so as Serious Business is saying, OoT wants to do this as child, because if it's the boomerang, straight to Jabu. Just get that out of here, rip that band-aid off, get that song.
Except he has the path to Jabu that's in GTG, so you should know it can't be the
Well,
ring.
Anyway, that's what I get for stealing someone else's idea. Oh well.
And because we have bombs in ZL, you can get to Jabu, so therefore it can't be anything but hookshot. So I guess that's a lie. It could have been something leading to hookshot. There are a couple items left that lead to hookshot that we don't know about, but it was likely the highest likelihood is hookshot, which it was. So
yeah,
that can be hard to decipher while you're running, though. It's easy for us to sit here and go, oh yeah, but
that path definitely brings OoT back into thinking about the correct way to do things. While it doesn't specifically help for the boomerang itself right now, this does do a lot for him for getting back on the stuff that he was missing earlier, that FC was able to get with that earlier hookshot.
Yep, and we're probably going to see a rush to Forest. There might be a stop in DMC to get the song there, but a Forest rush. I wouldn't actually be surprised with an Ice Play either, because it's technically required for whatever song's out there, either Opponents or Rec.
And Bronze Noob is correct. He does know where that long shot is, and he does know that GTG is path. So he knows where it is and can easily go get it. We have seen him sort of not. He's been not like optimally. I don't know how to say it without being insulting. So I'm going to say it insulting, and I apologize. I don't mean it this way. Like not the most optimal routing on his moves. Like you said about Zora's Domain when he was there earlier. There's Valley Foolish again. But that's what I meant by it. Just simply that he is going to have to do a lot of backtracking. That's what I wanted to say. That is the polite way of saying it. It's what he's going to have to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And some of that was just decision making. Like he decided to do something else, which wasn't bad. It just didn't get the hook, right?
And, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, none of it was bad thinking by any stretch. Absolutely not. It just wasn't the right answer.
It's just the fun thing about Rando, is that your decisions, they can be fine, like equally, you can have multiple decisions that are all equally good, but for the specific, very specific seed, it can be throwing you off and costing you a lot of time. But that's not something you can, like, play around or correct, right? If they're equal decisions, and you picked one and it didn't work out this time, it will work out in a different seed, right? So...
Insert the Emperor's New Groove meme of Ice Cavern over GTG.
Insert multiverse theory here. Anyway.
Well, right. OOTs cannot go to GTG right now. They don't have access. So I think what they're doing is they're going to go get the Bolero song and then go beat Forest because it's progression. So we'll get a slight bit of double Forest here.
Yeah.
Oh no!
OOTs knows for a fact that it can't be Minuet on the crater. So I think he's hoping for it to be Requiem or Epona, honestly. Because if it's Epona, he knows he doesn't have to go back to the well. Right? Because he saw that other hook there. No, you guys were saying it earlier. There are still things in water that are long shot locked. Never mind.
So there's also key logic in Spirit that you could get around without it, right? Yeah. It depends. I don't know if OOTs has the bottom of the well to Twinrova path. That would tell you, okay, it's long shot.
Yes, he would have just gotten it in the last, 5 minutes because it was in a field open grotto.
That's right. So, you could be thinking, okay, it's long shot. OOTs is thinking, oh, I have another skull in there, too. And they currently don't have Mirror Shield because that was in Forest.
Big one.
So... another big chunk. It's the strength too. Nope, lights. Oh, they're on the way.
You kind of need those.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the ultimate lights on the way.
So really, right now we are
casino enjoyers are crying inside.
Yeah, we are only one unhinted item left in the seed, which is strength 2. Now there could be needed items like hammer to get strength 2 or hammer to do. Well, it would only be to get strength 2. It can only be things to lead to strength 2. So, yeah. Oh, we need magic. Never mind, I'm dumb. We unhinted magic too. So 2 items.
So when do we get to see first magic on OGC Fairy?
It's possible because magic is not required. Well, it may not be required. Spirit could still require magic, right, for key logic, but it doesn't have to. So let's hope that way. But here's even better, Dastar. Light trial for something, right?
I mean, that's roughly the same thing.
Much better odds for that one.
Well,
and again, it's open bridge.
Except it's strength locked. So, and that's what we're missing.
Well, I mean, so was OGC Fairy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it can be magic. I forgot we were talking about magic. I was thinking one item again.
Alright, so there's Boots realizing that the song that was there was not the one he wanted. And he's out. See ya. Like you said, off the forest.
don't want to be in Fire Temple if you can avoid it.
Yep.
And in his mind, he still has progression to do. So he's going to do Forest Temple, and it also buys him some thinking time. Forest Temple is a dungeon you can mostly do on autopilot.
Yep, it's true. And you know what else Double Forest is a good time for? A bathroom break. I will be right back.
This man just abandoned us, Majarkin.
Oh well. We're about to
Except
see.
I can hear you!
We're about to see OoT's doing the same checks that FCS has been doing, so we're not really seeing anything new. What I'm hoping to see FCS do here is rush straight to GTG. That's what I expect.
Yeah, he knows he can do Deku Tree at his leisure, and probably you want to delay that as much as possible, because if you find Din's Fire along the way, you can just be done with Deku Tree in 2 minutes. So
Chat's pointed out, we've had some excitement and blew by the hour mark, so happy hour 23 minutes. So happy 1, 2, 3.
Indeed. So thank you to everyone who's making this restream possible. Thank you obviously to our runners OoT Stauder and FCS. Follow those. OoT is a Twitch partner. He's German speaking, so if that's someone you and he plays so much Zelda. He's doing a Zelda marathon right now. Zelda every day for a month. So if that's something you might enjoy, go right ahead and follow him. FCS, obviously, French community member for a long time. I can't count the years. And plenty of content on that Twitch channel as well as our trackers. Skyrayas, Tomoltak, and Blue Roses for you. And finally, thank you to our restreamer. First time restream today, and flawless execution so far, Nastrio.
Hype!
Indeed,
Also,
and
I came back to the shout out, so I didn't hear the rest of it.
and also, finally, thank you to my co-commentators Dastar and Majarkin.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll do it again.
Of course, thanks to you, Tobias, and the whole Silver Gauntlets team running Challenge Cup for us. So.
Yeah.
Doing our best.
It's fun to get back into the booth every so often. I appreciate you guys letting me come back in with you here. I also noticed, oh god, there was something you said that I was thinking of that I wanted to make a comment on, and I just can't remember what it was now, but, oh well, whatever, it wasn't that important, I guess. So, FCS, as you said, Tobias, this has been a name that's been around for a long time. I don't think I've ever not seen that name just floating around. So, yeah, that's all I know. Well, that means that... Narvel, that just means you didn't miss anything. Oh, yes, 3 streamers, that was the thing. Yes, Nastriel's first restream is so far so much cleaner than basically anything Tobias and I ever do. But...
Speak for yourself.
Alright, fine.
I take pride in my work.
No, you're great on I'm just fucking... Anyway, listen, you know we gotta do that. So anyway, no, and Nastriel's doing great. We also have a couple, we have other new restreamers, right? I'm not just... That wasn't just a fever dream?
That is
Okay,
Narvel Base and Skyrayas, who still have to do their first unassisted restream, and I think, folks, that's gonna be coming up very soon. Again, you will be, for the volunteers, you will be seeing those names on a spreadsheet near you soon.
Yeah, I'm just making sure, honestly, that it wasn't just a fever dream. Like, yeah, I remember you telling me, we're just gonna do this now, and I could not remember if that was real or not. It's been a week.
It do be a week. Alright, OoT is now making his way through Forest Temple. Meanwhile, FCS has the first opportunity to grab some hints for himself, and has decided to spend that. He's warping. He played Sansong to warp back to the Deku Sprout, and then immediately played Serenade. Okay, I guess we're doing Nighttime's Lake Skulls? Or not?
Shooting the sun just to see if there's strength 2. It's long shot lock.
I mean, sure.
It's one of the few long shot lock checks in the game. So, is that what was that, a rupee or was it Huffers?
That looks like a red rupee to me.
Yeah. I mean, this is your fastest way to GTG. Plus, you're getting a couple checks along the way, so being efficient on your way.
What was up with the sun song, though?
To shoot the sun, you need to make it daytime, so you play it once.
Okay. Yeah. because he did it before the warp, I didn't realize that was the reason.
Yep. Which makes sense. They know that it's long shot locked, so is it checks? Is it crossing? Is it key logic? That's what's going through their mind, because there's really only like 3 checks in water that are long shot locked. That includes Morpha, and then it's just crossing and spirit key logic. So obviously we don't know where hover boots are yet. So they're thinking clear those checks as we go. They also can't get into water, so
All my
can't
homies
do any
hate
of
water.
that. Yeah. Also remembering that you can't do lab dive without either irons or gold scales. So
I'm confused. Why did FC walk into the lab and then just leave?
so they use they don't have
Oh, the bean. Okay, cool.
the
Got it.
bean. I think it's
It flew
not
away.
very. I don't think it's very different time wise. Just wait. It should be back by the time you're done climbing up the ladder, or it's close. I haven't timed it, but they're close. So I've seen some people do it to reset the bean, or you wait a little bit. So I guess FCS is just being thorough, but if knowing the logic, which we do, I don't think you can have a strength here. Well, I don't think. I know you can't have a strength here.
I mean, maybe the fish just are just really strong and you just can't pull them in. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
Nope.
This is just FCS continuing to be thorough, I think.
Mhm.
They are the higher seed between the two, right? And maybe just going, I'm going to be thorough. There's a lot of skulls in here and a lot of things, and I don't want to miss a check.
Correct.
But logically, that is not bomb locked, so therefore a strength cannot be there. Or else the whole Deku path doesn't make any sense. So, Jax is right. Magic could not be there. I forgot we're still looking for 2 items. I keep going. We're just looking for strength 2. This is happy days. But no, we curse the seed, so magic is going to be.
I was telling you all, don't say the J word, but Sadie and Tobias, no.
Magic's going to be on Morpha. Just wait.
I mean, that's not that bad.
With iron boots on Bongo.
Yeah, but what if you don't need the iron boots?
Wait, that can't happen. But
Oh yeah, no, Bailnog has the actual reasoning. Getting that early for Roar's win cursed it. 100%.
The early Pharaohs win sub like 8 minutes or something too. Yeah, really quick.
It's Sphere 0 is all we can say, really. Yeah. Jax, we're not in Shadow Temple. We're not in your house.
Hey, that could be, it could be magic on Morpha, right? Or we need iron somewhere dumb.
Yeah.
And it's long shot to get magic for spirit key logic. Woo! Actually, that would be nice, because then it's a hinted magic at that point, right? You'd still be following the spirit path.
I would also like to point out a sort of like a little bit of an addition. You mentioned that FCS obviously is the higher seed, as we have on our display here. I will also point out that I believe... Wait, number 129, is that right? Wouldn't that be
Yes.
128?
Nope, because of dropouts.
Right. I thought that included it and moved the people up in the numbers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Because, yeah, I remember that Oots was one of the ones who just got inside the bubble.
Yep.
But I didn't remember what level, but I was pretty sure everything was between 65 and 128. That's why I was confused. Oh, the snipe.
Pat making a good point that FCS is completely avoiding ice here. FCS hasn't gone to Deku. And if trackers can complete Forest, the water medallion for FCS, that's done as well. But yeah, not going to Deku and seeing Rudos. FCS may not know that it's just rang out here, but this will actually route very nicely.
I'm sorry, I blinked and the Gerudo guard died?
Yep. Big on sword things. Yeah, the lowest in main was number 69. Yep.
Nice. You have to
couple
join the main
dropouts.
tournament. You have to join the main tournament if that is your rank. I'm sorry. That is a rule. It is ironclad. I don't make it.
You cannot opt out of main and play in Challenge Cup instead. That is not how that works.
Not with a nice rank. Anyway. Alright, we're in GTG. We know that there's a boomerang or something leading to a boomerang in here.
So the only thing it could be is either, well, it could just be right there.
It could be strength, it could be magic.
Strength, magic, not
Could
a
be,
bow.
A bow.
Technically could be a hammer.
A definitely bowlock bow.
Yeah, it could be a hammer.
Oh, I see. Thanks, Belmog. Damn it. Inko not nice. Yeah, any of those things that lock at least one check could technically lead to boomerang. That's not entirely true, but it's close enough.
Yeah, but the Blizzard's being a little bit of a pain here.
As always.
Oh, another big chest. Hey, look, it's spawn locked. Slingshot!
Majarkin, I was thinking to myself it was going to be the thing, but as soon as you said, "Hey, look, it's bomb locked," I'm like, "Nope, it's dead." and then it was a sling. You did this. It's your fault.
All of GTG is bomb locked, by the way, Dastar. So
I mean, again, I just assumed that if there is something pointing towards it, and I don't obviously know where it's pointing to, it's bomb locked. That is how my brain thinks of it, because
there are
everything is
very
bomb
few
locked.
things that are left. That
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
so.
There really isn't. Oh my God, Bronze Noob, get out of here. I hate it. I hate it. Stop.
Rank on target? It is possible.
I know.
Funnily enough.
God.
There's Oots getting their lights on the way in forest, so.
Come on, baby.
Well, we didn't see anything in the maze, so it's looking like it's left side. Could be back here too, but.
A bit of a correction, we have seen a big chest in the maze. Belmog has spotted it.
Which one was it? Was it the 4 or 5 key locked?
That's the peaks I didn't get very.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't think I saw it, but
I guess we'll see.
I mean, FC definitely is collecting some more big, some more small keys. So I'm going to assume he saw it too.
Yep.
That's a fair point.
It was 4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah. So now you got the left side loop to get a couple more keys, and yeah. Man, even the Stalfos are cooperating more than those Lizalfos were.
Yep.
That's just rude. Or, okay, I'm sorry I cursed it.
Big chest. Oh.
Yeah, that definitely can't be right, Belmog. It was not about stress key. Boss key chest, excuse me.
See if FCS knows the slash. Yep, getting it pretty well.
No, that one's pretty easy to eyeball, honestly.
You can mess it up by not slashing soon enough, and then you hit the fire. Sometimes going over, sometimes not. So it's all about spamming the slash.
But Jax, how about we just take the entire game and throw it in the trash? I mean, what? Yeah, no, that's basically what I do, Majarkin. I refuse to actually spend time learning any trick, and I am able to pull that one off, and I just spam it.
Yeah, it's all about the slash timing, like recoiling as soon as you can, more than the location.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotta get that air. You're in midair. You can't dodge me. Wanna bet? I don't mind ice keys, Benji. I can
good
kill
fight
them.
against. Ice keys need to be deleted from the seed, from any OTR seed. Good fight against the Wolfos here by FCS. Obviously needs to leave behind the 4 checks locked behind the strength 2 block here. So we'll see what those are if they have a
Ice
return
keys are
here.
homies.
No.
Haven't you seen Drunus? He can use that. They lift you up so you can make a nice jump.
There
Have
are
you seen
people
that?
who what?
Oh, you haven't seen it? So in the second silver rupee room, you can use a keys jump. Basically, is what it's called. The keys runs into you. I forget how the setup works. I haven't learned it myself yet, but Drunus does it all the time. Gets it set up pretty well, and the keys runs into you, and you get a hop up into the air, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a
I
damage
don't-
boost? Is that doesn't sound legal?
No, it's not a damage boost.
It's a damage boost, says Bronze Snoop.
In the most literal sense, it's allowed. He's done it in tournament matches, so.
Hush.
I mean, what? Huh? What just happened? I'm lost. I'm just here. I'm just like, yep. You guys are certainly saying words. No. Oh yeah, toil was an item. That's right. I forgot. I thought it was a small key hint, but it was a dead hint.
Yeah. I was surprised FCS decided to get that 6th key, as we don't need 6, but.
Might have miscounted there. Anyway, let's see what that big chest here in the maze is. It's in fact 4 key locked.
It's either strength or boomerang.
Or the path item could be behind the silver block.
Hammer!
Oh no!
No, we don't want that. Put that. Oh god.
I
oh,
said that
no.
earlier. No, I did this. It's my fault.
So
Hammer.
now we have a fun seed, because
We are now in
Oh
no
my
mode.
God. What have I done? I'm sorry, racers. I made
Because
a joke.
now they need to
I
go to
made
fire.
Yep. Put it back. Put it back.
No. All right, we always get to see HBA. Like that makes anything better. God damn it! I should have known that the seed was doomed to be cursed in some fashion as soon as I said to Tobias and Majarkin that I'd join.
Yep. I'm
Oh, okay.
surprised FCS is deciding to cross here, maybe hoping that it's Requiem, out at Requiem, but it's hard to cross here because you can't do anything, and you don't have magic to set the auras. Yeah.
You don't have a way back, basically. Like,
Yeah, you have to walk back if it's not Requiem, right?
All right.
So
I want to.
I mean, you don't have to walk back. You can warp, but like, if this isn't Requiem, yeah, all right, that's what he means. Sorry.
All right, I want to do something dumb. So go without me for a minute.
Oh dear.
Oh, they are right. Chat's right. It could be target for boomerang still. That's still available. That's the only sling we found. So hammer may be a huge bait.
Wait,
here.
There was a slingshot? GTG
It was
Beamos. Ooh.
Yeah, so that is available.
That would be hilarious. Doesn't have big odds, but I do like that. This is one of those randomizer just says haha F you moments, if that's true.
Sling is hook. The GTG is hook locked, by the sense that well, is it hook locked? It's bomb locked. Does it need to be hook locked?
Hey chat, it's Gamba time.
Oh no, what's this man done?
Oh, predict.
Predict. Is GTG path behind Sling Hammer or Strength 2 block?
Basically, which one is it? One of the two possible bait items we saw that has the path behind it, in which case it's not bait, or is it just something else that we haven't seen behind the Strength 2 block? Which one has the actual required item?
There's your prediction, folks. Go spend some channel points. We haven't done that for a moment.
I've been itching to do a Gamba for a long time, so I had to.
Fair.
I don't think it can be both. I guess it could still.
Well, as in it could be. Well, it's going to be up for a while, so it's not going to be paid out immediately. So we got time. We'll see how it pays out. We'll figure out how to make it work.
There's not much FCS can do out here, really. Of course he can ride the bean if there's anything on the archway. Of course he can get the hint. Of course he can get the song and the one fairy check. But that's just about it. Unless the song is Requiem.
Requiem.
Cactus Bolero, cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know. We've
Requiem
been
would
looking
save
for
this
that.
play.
Nothing useful on the archway.
Sorry, as I'm thinking. Oh, okay.
Requiem.
Is this even randomized?
Thanks, Waldorf.
So not punish, that made the trip worth it, right? I don't think we could have determined that, though, based on the song locations, but...
I think OoT is about to hit ice.
Tobias, I was aiming for Big the Cat instead, man. Come on. Froggy?
It was a 1 in 3 chance to be Requiem, right? So...
Not terrible odds, but still.
So it's either,
Also,
it could have been Ice, it could have been on Prelude, or it could have been on Requiem.
Also, given that.
Oh, we know.
Given
Horse's
that.
Ice.
Yeah, first of all that. Second of all, like back when when FCS went there, it was a 1 in 4 because we didn't know Bolero either at that point. We didn't know Burning Cack at that point either. So we just learned about that. So
it still goes back to 1 in 3 because we didn't know about Burning Cack. So.
Yeah. Trappers.
What's up with trackers?
Just poking about the water medallion again.
Eh.
Wrong, other person this time.
This is one of those cases where the person with the more medallions done is not actually ahead, huh?
Marvel, why?
Hey, we're gonna find out if it's the target in the woods.
It can't be, as Scarius is saying. It can't.
And it's not.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's not hook locked. Because then you could get long shot, and then the first hook couldn't have been Pat the Phantom Ganon.
Hey, hour 45 minutes. We're finally gonna see the first dungeon of the game on FCS's side.
And there's your always hint in Triforce Blitz settings. Jabu is foolish. This is your last foolish hint.
Wowee.
4 checks. Foolish dungeon. Who'da thunk?
But unfortunately, unlike Triforce Blitz, there's no dungeon shortcut in Jabu.
No.
Because how much would you love, with this seed specifically, to just walk in there with your boomerang, smack that tumor, and get out?
I would like that a lot. Anyway.
Oh, Dungeon
Skulls. Right. Oh. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's actually, this foolish hint just got a lot more valuable.
Just play TFB 2.5. No!
No.
You're not the tumor.
Actually not. There's just not.
Yep.
Alright, OoT is gonna get Epona.
Yeah. And then go to GTG and get the hammer. That we're hoping leads to our Rang, but it could be Strength too, right? So they could be like Rang and Spirit still. We would need Magic as well for crossing, and Lens. Logically, we don't actually need it. Trying to remember what. Oh, Rudo's letter is here in Deku. That's what it was.
Any ice rushers in the chat? No? Okay. Yeah, I didn't think anyone would be.
Yeah.
Alright, how about this?
The time of rush ice has come and gone, friend.
No, I believe you yourself will constantly argue to the opposite of that. Is that if you're going to ice, you're rushing ice.
That's what Tudos says.
No, that's not what
sorry, not
Tudos
Tudos. That's Tiris says.
Too many
Tudos
names!
Tudos says DK64Randomizer.com, no matter what you ask him.
I mean, you're not wrong. But... I mean, Tudos, Tiris, and Tobias. I'm just getting all the T names confused.
Funny you mentioned Tudos because I had him over at my house as he was on his way to GDQ. So
Oh, nice. Oh, you had
one of the few
Donkey
people to
Kong
meet.
yourself?
Yeah, Donkey Kong myself at my house, meeting the Donut Dog. So
Well, no, I'm talking about his costume for the.
yeah, I didn't actually know he had
thing.
that.
Wait, what? He was in
Yeah.
GDQ in a Donkey Kong costume? That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
He had a DK onesie for the Donkey Kong 64 no levels early.
Yeah, and if you've been missing it, that's been going on all week. But there was a Ocarina of Time, Medallion Stone Trials run, so MST run. That was pretty good. So check that out if you enjoy other Ocarina of Time speedruns.
Nice.
Enjoy Ocarina of Time? What are you talking about? Anyway, yes, no, and yes, they absolutely mean the DK60. There's a DK64 randomizer joke, but anyway, back to this race. Ice Cavern, whee!
Yeah, there also was a dog as a runner for I forget what the game was.
That was so
yeah.
good. It was I have the link somewhere. Hang on. It was
It's just a world record by default, isn't it?
Gyromite was the game.
Big chest, here in ice.
Ooh, hello.
It's gonna be useful. Who knows?
Is it gonna be a boomerang? I'm gonna say it's a boomerang. We have our path fulfilled.
No,
It's iron boots. Do we want that? I don't think we want that.
it can't be the boomerang. But yeah. Hey! It could be strength 2 on Morpha here, right?
But I have to do my quick shout out to Haha Jax.
Oh, hey, bumps.
Anyway, I put the link of the dog run in chat because his name is Peanut Butter, which is long for PB, because every run is a PB for him.
Oh my goodness.
Did you not notice that?
I honestly, as bad as that sounds, I haven't been following GDQ this closely. As it turns out, much to my disadvantage, because there was a cute doggo running a speedrun. Just like what? This is the content I'm here for.
It is 100% the content you're here for, and I have watched that video. It is definitely the content you're here for.
Cool.
I will
That's
just
going
straight
into
up
to watch later.
Yeah. It was so fucking cute. Anyway, bomb jump? Alright, FC has killed the spider. We're good.
Mm-hmm. And thus FCS is now on par with OOTs in terms of medallions again, but with much different
Knowledge.
knowledge, yeah, and with much more utility here. Having hammer, having done all of GTG, which is path, and knowing that either hammer or slingshot is your path item, and you've already eliminated slingshot, so you know you need to go fire, which obviously you wanted to avoid at any cost before.
Sorry, I missed it if he did it before. Did FC do Target in the Woods before Deku?
He did.
Okay, cool. So it's either in Fire Temple or both of those were bait, and the doubters are eating good. I mean, it's true. Like the awkward silence after that. Like, I mean, it is technically a possibility.
Yeah, I don't see it. The hammer
Alright,
is going to be it.
Oh yeah.
We're just seeing FCS clean up Child Lake, which we saw Oots do. So, and yep, there's Epona's and ice. We're shocked.
Yep.
Crowd goes wild.
Yes, it does. Scarious. You either have to have a boomerang or get chewed up and spit out again, literally. So Majarkin, back on a subject from a minute ago. When are you teaching your dogs how to speedrun?
Never. They can speedrun eating their food. We give them slow bowls to do that. So does that count?
That's true. But Freya and Apollo co-op speedrun win. Honestly.
Co-op
They do
speedrun,
driving him crazy.
destroy the house %.
The only obstacle is Loki.
Unplug my computer %. That's happened.
Oh my god, yes. Just, like, the only obstacles are just Loki and your wife.
Yeah. We're gonna put dog VR. Teach Apollo how to play Skyrim VR. There you go.
Yeah, Sunsong Grave and nothing. Good thinking for FCS to just get that cleared out.
So our hints are completely dead now. They're all filled. Well, besides GTG.
I'm wondering if FCS is doing that just because it's a casual routing option at this point for him, or if he might possibly be lost in his sauce. And he's like double checking all of his path hints to make sure he fully cleared it and has the right logic in his head.
That might be what's happening here. FCS was very thorough early, so it could just be, I'm going to clear everything.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. It certainly could be. We won't know until after the race, and maybe not even then.
As chat was saying, doing Child Spirit as Spirits Required Dungeon isn't a bad idea here.
I don't mean lost as in the literal sense, Jax. I just was fishing for words. I call it whenever you're trying to reconfirm your paths and make sure you're not misreading something. I call that lost in the sauce, as in, what am I even doing? Like, am I remembering this correctly? Yeah, you of course you know what I mean. You taught me how to do that.
Looks like FCS is deciding to turn in Rudo's letter. Maybe also not comfortable with KZ skip. I do realize these checks are, you know, you could have had strength 2 here. We know there's nothing. I just feel like you have hammer path. Go follow it, I guess, because you're not following your path to Jabu here at all, and you're gonna have to walk back up here.
FC didn't do Frogs 1.
Oh, and no Frogs 1 either. Well,
yeah,
that's only one extra check, but
it's on the way.
I'm making the argument that domain is out of the way.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But it's the point of, if he's going to go do that, might as well just wrap that one in while you're there. It's part of that thorough playing.
Yep, it's one of those routing things where you will have to come back up here. And you do have a potential path in the hammer. It isn't actually, we aren't confirmed it being the path yet, right? It's either hammer or we need strength 2 somewhere. But searching for strength 2 in, I would say, not very dense locations, which 1 check river, 2 checks domain are not dense, if you know KZ skip, because ice and fountain have a bunch of checks, right? So, or you can follow fire with the hammer for paths. So
I also want to shout out the almost 50-50 split in the people who wagered on the Gamba. That's a 52-48 split on where this item's going to be.
pretty close.
Yeah.
What happens when it's hammer for strength 2 for the strength 2 locker room?
I would if that is the case, I'm telling you right now, if that is the case, I would award it to the hammer, specifically because that was the direct item.
Yeah, that's the leading.
Fair, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that ahead of time, so I don't get people saying, "Oh, why can't I?" You paid it
my
out wrong.
points.
Yeah, take your fake internet dollars elsewhere. Like, I don't care. Get scammed, nerd.
Because technically, to get to Spirit at all, we are still missing Magic and Lens. So, and the Boomerang.
Epona, are you okay? I'm just kind of just running at the side there. Don't worry about it. It's
She
cool.
spawned there and she just runs in a straight line at Link. So yeah, she's just gonna run into that wall forever if you don't move.
It's all right. If I've learned anything this week from watching GDQ, it's walls don't exist.
That is actually true. Anyway, let's see if horseback archery is anything useful. Speaking of non-check dense locations, when is it worth going back to Ganon's castle?
Right now. I'm kidding. Maybe with magic.
We have a hookshot, so we can do hookshot and bow, so we can do Spirit Trial 1 and 2. We have longshot, so we can do Shadow Trial 2 as well. We have... What else is there? We've already seen Water Trial, we've already seen Forest Trial. We've seen Shadow Trial 1, and we've seen the Stealth Host chest, so yeah, these 3. That's kind of, yeah, pretty out of the way for three checks, but still.
I mean...
They're in logic, yeah.
It's the part of the seed we're at. Market is foolish, Tare, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Market was a foolish hint from the get-go. I believe we have seen all CAC things.
Yes. We're at the point where you want to be doing density checks or following your path, right? So from FCS's perspective, you have hammer. So that's where I would be pushing. From OoT's perspective, you're trying to get the hammer here to see the path. So you can argue that FCS has to turn in the letter at some point, but the problem is you don't have boomerang. So you're going to walk back up here because you don't have...
Purple Bomber, yes, he does, specifically because he also just walked past it, even if he didn't. Because it was in Zora's Fountain. Oh, no, Zora's Fountain's here, not the domain. I don't know. Anyway.
This is actually walking into Jabu without boomerang.
He may not have the hint. This is an okay play if you don't have the hint. I still don't like it compared to following
he
hammer.
does not have the hint because this is the Zora's Fountain hint stone.
Yeah,
it's the only copy of the hint we've seen before.
Well, to be fair, it is a required dungeon, so he might be thinking about setting up... Oh, no, he can't. Never mind. What am I talking about? Moving on.
Yeah, it's
getting owned by the hint that's literally right outside.
It is pure time loss at this point.
Yep. Well, no, you do have to get Rudo up, right? So you raise Rudo up, so it's fine, right? But and really the skull checks don't waste that much time that you're gonna do. You know, you slingshot those two, you slingshot this one, it's whatever. I'm just not liking the routing perspective of it because you just gave yourself another route upriver, right? So that's the only part I don't like about the decision, because you can just KZ skip. So if your plan was ice after this, serious business toilet was an item. So there are 3 keys within.
It was a useless
GTG.
item.
Yeah, it was hinted as a useless item. To be clear, that's why you didn't see any runner do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are 3 keys left in GTG. 2 for sure.
Yes, I believe that's correct, because there's 9 total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw 6 on FC's side.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the peaks, but...
I don't remember if there were any on the top floor of the maze. I don't think there were.
Skyria's, you can logically enter Jabu with Sling and Bomb Bag, actually. So... And of course, Rang, but Rang is actually not the logical requirement for getting into Jabu. It can be in Rando, but the default way you get Rang inside of Jabu. So Sling is normally the way you do it, but bombs are in logic as well.
Oh yeah, Hammer is 100% in logic here.
Yeah, Hammer's 100% in logic. That's why I would be pushing Hammer. You've got the Fairy and Fire, and there's with Skulls. This is Dungeon Skulls. Like, Fire is packed.
it's just another one of, you know, putting off the place you don't want to go to. Like, we saw that just a couple minutes ago with, I don't even remember who went to Ice, but whoever went to Ice, they didn't want to do it for quite a bit. And then they did. So I think it's going to happen. It's just a matter of it's not the first thing they do, and that's really the discrepancy between you and them at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of the hopeful thinking, the gambler's fallacy. I'm going to find strength too, instead of just pushing your path with what you have, right? OoTs had to go to Ice because they're not doing the trick to get the long shot, right? And I wouldn't expect them to go back now to do that. So they had to go to Ice.
FCS going to be very, very mad in one. Saw that and reaction. Not even an angry shield flick.
To be fair, with the exception of that hint right there, the other foolish hints in the seed have been pretty good. Market and Valley foolish, those are good foolish hints.
I mean, Jabu foolish hint is really good as well. It's just in a shit location.
It's just also a given in most seeds. Anyway, sorry, couldn't resist that one. All right, well, Child Spirit for FC. Yeah.
Yep.
Why not?
I hate it.
I do think this is giving OoTs a chance. Like, I thought FCS had a lead at first. This is giving OoTs a chance if they follow the hammer, and it ends up being the hammer, right? Not strength required.
Well, that's the fun thing about these sort of, like, interweaving paths. Like, from the very beginning, like, they did very similar routes, and then once they did start splitting off, they did sort of very roundabout ways, and then finally reached back into each other. And now and then they split up again. It's just sort of, it's like someone's like animating a anime fight. Like, you know, they're flying around like smacking each other and going past kind of deal. Like, that's kind of what I see this in my head as. And so even though FCS did have a very strong early lead with getting that long shot, even the earlier you take the big lead, the easier it is to bleed out that time looking for whatever's on the other side of it, because, hey, what if there's no hint for whatever's on the other side of it? Oh, hey, child required.
Yep. Child spirit required for that boss key, and for that key. So,
Alright, which number key is that? I'm sure you guys know. And hammer time!
Is the trick to get that, and another big chest, is the trick to get that key from this side of the grate logical?
Oh, hello.
Otherwise, logically required Din's Fire, I think? Oh, hi!
I do, in spirit.
Very
Chat,
required Child Spirit.
You know what to do, chat.
Yep, spam them if you have them, and if you don't have them, I think that subscribe button on this channel kinda works.
Objection, mine works in 2 days.
Well, fix your shit.
I will, in 2 days. Yo, Melons!
See, like that! Thank you, Melons!
You know, I've noticed this now, I didn't say it earlier, and I do need to call this out. Oh, and, oh damn, we got people coming in for all these gamers here. But, I want to shout out Toffel real fast, because he subbed earlier. Not only just for 32 months, but specifically to call me out on my bullshit. And I respect the play. Well done.
Good job. Hey, it works!
Oh shit, and it.
The Prime subscribers have just kicked off a hype train. Thank you so much for your generosity, folks.
No, I respect the hustle, Toffel. Well done.
By the way, folks, if you want to know what, if you were curious, the money we get from your subscriptions is of course reinvested in the channel. For example, these wonderful restream layouts that you are seeing before you have been commissioned by the ever talented from the ever talented Ito, and
But Hell Knight is also talented too, just in a different way.
Yeah, that's also true. Hell Knight is also very talented.
Sorry, that was
I'm
funny as
not
hell.
debating that, but yeah, they were commissioned from the ever-talented Ito thanks to your generosity.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was really funny to me. I cannot stop laughing now. Alright, back to it. Whew.
Is that useful? That's not useful. Cool. Oh, another biggie. Child Spirit
Speaking-
has the goods for us.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh no! Wait, this is adult accessible. No,
Yeah.
it's not! It's
No,
not
you're
without
right.
going child first.
You're right, it's not.
Child Spirit, all kinds of heart required. Okay.
But to shout out one of the names that just came up in a minute ago in that massive amount of subs, Franks was one of the people who subbed, watching to see what's going to happen in this group, because they are one of two people that are currently sitting at 2 wins. Because this could be it right here, depending on how. Oh God, what is with the spirit
goodness.
Be out of logic magic? Like magic block
Give it to
magic?
me.
Nope.
No, but another slingshot.
I was gonna say give me irons, but we already have those. Damn it. Imagine hammer for why? I don't want to imagine that. Stop making me imagine things.
So there's a lot of checks in Ganon's castle right now as well for FCS.
Since I haven't seen a definitive answer, I'm going to look at the logic files to see about the requirements for that skull.
Which one?
The one on the grate that had a key.
You can get that without.
Tobias is very much the epitome of, wait, you can do that? That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna look it up in the sources.
By getting the silver rupees, it lowers the bridge down, and you can jump from the bridge to the grate and climb on it. So you can slingshot it, so it's in logic.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's 100% in logic. The only thing is, spirit in general is not in logic because magic has to be somewhere, and same with lens, right, to logically cross.
Right.
The runners don't care about that. You know, obviously finding magic would be nice, but that's the only technical way we're out of logic. But I don't think either runner cares.
So where is Utz going right now? Is he going to spirit as well?
I don't know.
Oh no, he's got irons.
Oh, irons, yeah.
Could go water? No, first of all he's doing Adult Lake, which I don't hate.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
But
Utz had just finished GTG and then crossed to Spirit, so...
Wait, Utz just went to Spirit? I thought... did I just get backwards? I thought FC was in Spirit. He's the one that's got string 3.
As child, Utz was there as adult.
Got it. So again, this is once again FC having that little bit of item advantage over Utz, but this... it's not as big as the previous one, I think.
I think, FCS is still in the lead here because of finding that strength helps.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now, most likely going to see FCS... I mean, they can beat Spirit, so I would expect them to go and just beat Spirit, and then probably afterwards cross and do the final GTG checks. So we actually miscounted. There's 7 keys that they have available, so there's 2 checks left.
Well, it's just magic and boomerang that we need at this point. There are still a few bait items that can be found. For example, hovers can be out there. We can find Stone of Agony out there. We can find... oh, we already found that one. But there are still some... Oh, see? Utz is thinking about the hammer. Setting Pierre.
Yeah, so FC is obviously just doing Spirit Temple at this point. He has all he needs to fully clear it. It's a progression dungeon, you just do it.
That's it, Specialized, thank you.
Yeah. So, complete aside, Sometimes the messages I get from my language learning app are worrying. Today, because I haven't done a lesson yet, it messaged me to just telling me be a good student today, and I'm like, okay, this is mildly menacing.
Yeah, that's what Duolingo does. Knock, knock. Open up and do your language test. Anyway, Cranks, I think, has a very good point here.
But if Duolingo wants to get shouted out on Restream, they better be sponsoring us.
Fair enough. Anyway, I will also shout out Cranks' point here about, hey, once you finish Spirit, you've got Strength 3. That's a shit ton in Ganon's Castle.
Oh, for sure. You do your progression, but then Ganon's Castle is next on the list.
Oh yeah,
Maybe with a quick pit stop in Gerudo Training Ground just to cover your bases? Question mark.
I mean, I would to close out that path, just because. You're there when you beat Spirit. You're right out here versus you have to play Requiem again.
That right, and at this point, FCS is playing to the I don't want to follow that hammer path, so it might as well go back in there and make sure it's not the hammer path. You know?
So just for chat, we know Target in the Woods it's a bloopy, so it is not on target. Sorry.
I'm gonna step away for a moment. You behave.
You can't make me.
There is a weird possibility that Hammer gives you magic or lens, and then that lets you get Strength 3, then to get Boomerang and Ganon's Castle, right? There is that possibility here.
Wait, how can one of those lead to Strength 3 if Strength 2 and Strength 3 are both child locked in Spirit? You would need magic to get out there to begin with.
You're right. Never mind. So yeah, it can't be.
I didn't know if I was missing something or I actually had a correct read on something.
Yeah, we'd be missing hovers then too for crossing because Boomerang locks Longshot. So yeah.
Oh no, we've seen this on FCS's side, right?
This could be. No, we haven't seen these. Oh, you mean the? Yeah, we've seen this. What OoT is doing. We've seen Hot Rod.
No, I was saying FCS's side.
Have we seen Hot? Yeah, we saw Hot Rod.
I said it. I said that he was still out there, and there he is, the Stone of Agony.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So as things are narrowing down, I mean, Spirit Trial is technically in logic, right? With just a hook shot and bomb bag for bomb shoes.
Yep.
Of course, Fire Temple is, but the runners are avoiding that like the plague.
Question for you: if the vanilla and as far as I know, the logical way of getting the Spirit Trail 2 check is with bomb shoes, and I know that you can the bow extension thing is a trick. What does the game's logic think is the way to get to Spirit Trail 2?
It's bomb shoes.
Okay, so bomb shoes
bomb
are
bag. Bomb bag is the true technical. Sorry.
Okay, so bomb bag is okay. Got it.
Bomb bag lets you get by shoes. Yeah.
To buy. Okay, so understood. So it is technically that bomb shoes hard locks that one check, according to the logic.
Yeah, logic.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I was going for, according to the logic.
Yep, so it's in logic for them to do Spirit Trial, which is 2 checks.
Mm-hmm.
They've already peaked Shadow Trial 1, so we know it's not there. Shadow Trial 2 is not in logic, because it requires magic. Or it requires... Well, it doesn't always require... Or it requires hovers, too, or something like that with Song of Time. There's like 3 different logic ways. Yeah, magic or hovers, which we don't have either. Which long shot couldn't be well, it could still be with hovers available, but I have a feeling that magic or Rang or both are in fire.
To confirm, Spirit Trial 1 and 2 and all of Light Trial, and just to throw it in for the sake of completion, the outside Castle Ferry, that's 11 checks that would be in logic if they go back there?
They're not in logic. They're still out of logic.
Right.
There's something they can do.
Sorry. 11 checks they can do. Got it.
So they would be hoping that they find the magic locked magic, essentially.
Yeah. It's fishing for the other one, yeah. That's a key. Hey.
Spirit is not in logic without magic right now for crossing, because
Also,
Requiem's out at Requiem, so...
I'm going to ask a question, because I always forget this answer, and I'm pretty sure I learn about it literally every other time. When you are... what is the official call for which hand is the Colossus left versus Colossus right hand? Is it as if you're staring at the Spirit Temple?
No, it's as if you were the Spirit Temple.
Okay,
so it's
cool.
the
Cool,
Spirit Temple's right hand.
That's
and the Spirit
what
Temple's
I thought.
left hand.
Got it. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to. Things are confusing. Hey, Silver Gauntlets again. Wow.
Yeah, spam your Silver Gauntlets.
I will. Mostly because I just got the emotes again.
So we are running out of checks that are in logic to be magic or boomerang, and a lot of those checks are within Fire Temple. And there is a magic lock magic in spirit. So
there is?
Yep. The Bosky chest.
Oh, I didn't even notice that FC just found it. Okay.
Yep.
But, you know, it doesn't matter if it's magic too, as long as you can finish the game.
Yes.
Right?
And I think finding that magic makes you... You should go back to GTG now that you're not looking for magic anymore. Clear that out, then you know what your path is, and then you follow that.
Agreed.
And game over. So...
Yeah. That's literally the only thing FC is missing. He needs to follow that path.
Yep, so I think that really simplifies it, because I agreed with chat that Ganon's isn't a bad play if you're looking for magic real quick, right? It's
But
not a
now
bad
we ain't
play
doing
quick. Yeah, now that you don't need magic and you know that those checks are magic locked, alright. Yeah, and you know you need Boomerang to get Longshot to do Spirit, like go out to Spirit or anything, like, you know you just gotta follow that path in GTG.
Valid point from Purple Bomber. It is very possible we won't even see Magic One's location. Unless we're about to right now. On the left side.
We've already had Hyrule Castle checked by FCS at the end of FCS's Child 1. Yep.
I just know that it gets orphaned a lot, so I just assumed no one had seen it yet.
Apparently it was hinted at as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. How about that? On the trail. Cool. Sorry, it's... Where on the trail was... Oh, that was on the... At the top near Bigoron, right? That was the one that he got spider-bited off the ledge.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That's rough. That would have been a real good hint for him at this point.
It's not a big boss, and FCS also checked it. So...
Okay.
In the end, it's equal between them.
Yeah, but at this point, with the loadouts that they have, you know they're thinking, what have I missed? What is going on? It's about the time of the seed where they're going to start getting in each other's heads. And the Wayfaring Fox, Rudo's letter was one of these skulls in the basement of Deku. In the main room, not the one in the back.
So, yeah, if we're going to make the assumption that Boomerang is strength 2 or 3 locked, we would have to be able to find hovers somewhere. Like chat's saying. It's not guaranteed that Rang is strength 2 or 3 locked. It could still be behind Hammer. Logically, we had the keys to get Hammer.
I absolutely thought FCS was going to miss that reflection. I absolutely thought he was about to eat it there. That made me pucker, I'm not going to lie. Like that! I had to say it. I am sorry. That's my fault. Oy. Trollrova got a troll. Alright. Put your head back on, FC. We're not done yet. There you go.
The key is we have not found hovers, so we cannot make the assumption that... I mean, you could push the checks and you could go that route, but
The fire is our densest play by far. People hate fire, but it's a little bit of a turnaround when you have dungeon skulls on because you add 5 extra checks. So fire is very, very, very check dense right now. The skulls, you do need Pierre set up or need to know how to do the pixel shot. Pierre is better. I know OoT has it set up. I don't know about. I don't think FCS does.
I don't think so either. But that is 5 medallions at 223 for FCS.
I don't see how Light Trial is our best play right now because we are only looking for Rang.
Yeah.
And we are not guaranteed.
Sorry, Ice Trial? Oh, Light Trial.
Light Trial.
I heard Ice for some reason. I'm drunk. Don't worry about it.
I am back. What did I miss?
Spirit.
Okay.
Magic.
That's. Oh.
It was second magic.
Where was first magic though?
We don't know.
We don't know. I would not be skipping, assuming that it's crossing logic behind the GTG path yet. But that is my opinion. You could Light Trial is very quick, and you can set Theoras. That is a good point. Is you could set Theoras and Ganons and get a quick, probably the fastest 8 checks in the game, and 9 if you get a key, right? So
I'm gonna quickly bring up something we've not mentioned it. Or we have mentioned it a long time ago. This is, of course, a group stage matchup. This group is mostly complete. There is only one more match that needs to be played after this, and depending on the outcome, it may not even need to be played. OoT is fighting for his tournament life right here. A loss kind of decides this group. With a win, there's still another game to play. So, you know, I saw Cranks in chat waiting with bated breath to see what happens here. So this is kind of a very unfortunate for FCS, but it's a very important match for the group standings here. And OoT is putting everything on the line at this point.
Yep. And I'm surprised FC went Child here. I think he is too.
I guess we'll see. I was going to say, just pausing might be just as surprised as you are. Anyway, I think it's time to get your guesses in chat. No, we don't have Lens.
He's buying the choose for Spirit Trial.
Okay. That makes sense.
And he's buying them for reasonable prices instead of inflated prices in the Wasteland.
So
yeah,
before
all my homies
there's been a couple arguments in chat that it can only be Light Trial, and I disagree. The hammer is in Logic in GTG. There are 7 keys available and a 6-key lock. And the 7th key is hammer lock. So it gets 6 keys available for 6-key lock chest. So it can be hammer lock, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be magic or lens and fire behind hammer for crossing for the logic that Cranks is saying in chat.
I know
being somewhere in light.
Question for you people with actual logic brains. I know that you need the lens to logically cross the wasteland and get to the Desert Colossus. But we haven't seen anything about the Haunted Wasteland, right? And you don't need the lens to get there. Right? We have fire arrows.
True.
Is that at all a possibility that all this bullshit that we've seen was to find first magic, or not first magic, but to find, I don't know, where were fire arrows? Oh, never mind, fire arrows were Sphere Zero. Fuck that, never mind, I'm wrong. Moving on.
Yeah, and we don't have the logical first magic, which could just be in fire, and I think we're gonna see OoT's going there now, so.
Yep. You're right. The idea was cursed, and therefore it needed to be said, but I talked myself out of it. Yeah, look, it's cursed. It means it has to be said. Anyway, so yeah, we had the magic was in the Spirit Temple boss key chest, Tobias. Obviously that has to be magic 2, so we still have no idea.
Hammer locked.
Yep, and we also.
Why does it have to be magic 2 then?
Because how do you get there without a magic?
You have to cross to get to spirit, which means you need magic. The magic in spirit is magic 2. And it's magic
You
lock.
have to cross to get to spirit, which means...
Requiem is wreck, yeah.
How do you get to spirit if you don't have magic? Logically.
By walking across the desert, that is true, and you need lens and magic for that. I gotcha.
Right, so we know that magic is magic locked. 100%.
That's fair. That's definitely a magic locked magic. Can't even argue. Oh, that's a key. You want that.
I mean, you can, but you'd actually lose that one for once against me.
Which, yeah, rare enough.
I know what I'm saying.
This is an interesting choice by FCS with ice, and I had forgotten they had not done ice. I think I would have agreed with chat that I would have done Ganons over ice here, but ice is not... It is dense, it's just not as dense as fire or Ganons. So,
from FCS's
in logic.
from FCS's perspective, again, it's not a wrong play by any stretch. Yeah, we already know it's dead, or not what we need. Let's put it that way. But hey, I mean, going to ice over a GTG wins people one-piece Triforce hunts. Why can't it work here?
So, FCS not go like I think this is just forgetting your paths, and I do it from time to time where you just forget they're gone to the side and you forget them because, like Chad is saying, this can't be ring, right? And because FCS has found the magic, you kind of go, you can't find anything here that you could need. I mean, maybe you find lens. Well, we know nothing's here, but you know you're thinking lens or magic wand or something. It's just, I think it's just forgetting the paths that you have, is all. And you should know what your songs are left, like what's valuable and not, so. And, yeah, we are hammer-locked, potentially to climb fire.
FCS does know that Bolero can't be here. He has been to the Colossus, and that is the hint at the Colossus.
It's around that DTJ. I forget the numbers exactly, but yeah, you have around 10 checks in fire. But hammer is potential path, right? We haven't seen either runner go back and check the strength 2 locked room in GTG yet. And that could have the boomerang, considering that magic 1 and lens could be available.
I know we just walked into fire, but I'm just feeling by the minute more and more of both of those items in GTG were bait. It was strength 2. I'm just feeling it more by the minute.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea. I feel like not wanting to follow that hammer path and going to GTG would have been the play I made. Like if you have so far been committed to not following up on that hammer on that potential path hammer, go to GTG and figure it out fully.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have also checked the slingshot stuff first and confirmed it wasn't one of those.
I mean,
and
it was
then
checked.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with that part. I would have done that part first as well. But once it panned out, I would have followed the hammer.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with people saying, oh, I would prefer to finish clearing the GTG path over going to fire.
GTG is just better than fire.
If Dungeon Skulls weren't on, that argument is very, very good, right? It's about... I think cleaning up GTG is just faster and you get an answer, because if you just pull Rang, you're in go and you just go, right? Well, OOTs wouldn't be, but they would be go upon clearing Spirit, so...
So there is a chance we will be in no mode, or, well, chat no mode, in literally just whenever OOTs pulls a boomerang, if that is here. But there's also the chance it's not here, and then we go back to GTG.
Yeah.
And OOTs has to know at this point that if it's not here, he has to go back to GTG. Oh yeah, he does too. Okay, good.
BTJ has a point about not wanting to return to GTG twice. He's probably figured out that
there is opponents back here, right? Just like we did.
Nothing purple. Hey, more DLC.
Yes, wasn't there a key on the hand?
Oh, sorry.
right
Yes,
hand?
you were right.
So spirit key locked by long shot.
I thought you said that it was required if the right hand was a key.
Yes,
I don't remember if the right hand was. I don't remember if it was. I know left hand was. But I do not recall if right hand was a key specifically.
Which, if it's not right hand as a key, then long shot is required for crossing, which means hovers won't be available.
Got it.
In logic. So,
but we'd still need to have magic and lens before that anyway.
Yes, but if I was in FCS's shoes, I no longer care about finding the logical crossing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Logic is just it's like a wall in a video game. It's there to guide you, but you don't have to follow it. I actually think that was a pretty good reference.
I'm gonna go look at the FCS's VOD and see if we can see what's on the hand. So that actually tells us information about the seed.
Yeah, because I know FC got to the left-hand chest, and he has long shot, and he did not cross the gap.
Well, that's because you don't need all 5 keys to beat it, right? You wouldn't go over there to get a key if you already had one.
I'm true, but at the same time, that means I don't remember what it was. So yeah,
I don't either. Yeah.
Good hunting.
I'll find it here in a second. Here it is.
And what this, I think, is what our 5th white wolf host we're about to see.
Okay, it was a small chest that was not a key on the right hand.
So I was right. Okay, good.
So that means long shot is required for crossing, which means hovers are not available. Which means you need to get boomerang to get the long shot to cross, which means hammer, which means you can't get strength 2, so it can't be in GTG, which means hammer has to lock something. It could be, well, it pretty much has to lock ring. So
yeah, what you're saying means that it can't be in the strength 2 room because that strength 2 is in spirit. So yeah, that based on the logic that you have just surmised, it has to be behind hammer, 100%.
Unless there's like some weird magic or something and that's long shot log. I don't want to say that until we find the ring, but I'm pretty sure because that's the only thing that would be missing. Is I think we had a key that was fire locked too and stuff, so we haven't done like water yet, right? So there are long shot things that could like unlock magic, but then you couldn't cross, so you need long shot to cross. We don't know where hovers are, so
I believe FC is finally giving up on holding out and is going over to fire. Yeah, with that loadout, 100% going to fire.
Can Shadow Trial 2 be cleared with just hook and not long shot? With magic, it can be. We still don't know where our actual in-logic magic is.
Yeah, but with magic and fire arrows, you can clear that.
Hold up.
Yes.
The water temple checks.
Yes.
To get in, you just need a hook, and probably to get in, you just need hook and irons.
Yes.
You can do stuff in there with a bow, which again we had. You can do stuff in there with long shot, which is there's magic one.
Magic, yeah.
Cool. So the hammer leads to the magic, and now we're just looking for the ring still. Cool. But to what I was saying. With the water temple and the skulls in the water temple, that has been in logic because we have irons. We had a hook shot.
Right.
And Ice Cavern was available relatively early because DC had the first bottle and Deku had Ruto's letter. So that was available.
They are. Yep. I think.
So that sucks. Straight up.
Yeah, finding that magic is where I would have lost a bunch of time by going up in fire in a qual compared to people who just rushed Ganons. But because hovers could be available, we haven't done all the checks, and lens has to be available in the seed.
Oh, there's hovers.
Hmm.
The skull in the Pierre climb.
So that tells us that it is now possible to be strength 2 locked because we have hovers, and it could also be strength 3 locked, so it could be in Ganon's.
So I had finally just given up on the idea that it was likely that it could be strength 2 locked, and was starting to go with it's definitely behind the hammer, and then the game does this to me. God damn it!
I have a
You know
dumb
what?
question. Why does
just
OoTs have strength 2 and not strength 3?
Because you only got one of the strengths in spirit.
Yes, but why?
Hey, you
They
asked the
did not-
question, man.
They did not climb from child climb.
Yeah,
Okay.
the third spirit is in the upper part of child climb, and they were, I guess, saving that for adult. But yeah,
So this points to what Franks was saying. You know,
God.
looked. We can. Lens has to be logically available. It has to be. It's probably some weird long shot, like water probably has lens. It doesn't have to. There could still be a. Well, it could be just long shot for lens is the weird logic here, and rank could still be behind hammer, right? But there are more checks now, so it would be hard for me to climb after finding that magic one, and especially after hovers. But you're
Okay.
already here, so it's kind of a hard decision.
I need to call out an idea from Poison Powder in the chat, because if all of this bullshit is for a scale somewhere to get Dins in the lake to go to Shadow.
Oh, another big chest. Hey, look, path
There it
followers
is.
still win out, right? Okay, but yeah, there could have been some bad logic.
That's amazing for OoT, because obviously he's in go mode now. The problem is FCS is right behind him.
And yeah, FCS has a spirit temple ahead of him, and
And if he sees that strength 3, I think he'll still finish it. It's required.
Well, he won't leave because he's in go mode. So
Yeah, right. That.
yeah. This will end up being close and dependent on execution. I think FCS is in the lead just because of timing of things, because I think it takes a little bit longer.
what is OoTs
and
doing?
Jabu.
OoTs is going to Jabu first, apparently.
Just
Okay.
finish child stuff. It's fine.
Yes, but he was in spirit. He was in front of Spirit Temple, and he had the means to finish it.
And he can just go back there by playing Requiem.
It's a slight time loss over
It-
beating Spirit. It's not big.
It is. We happen to know that it's a
Oh,
slight time
no.
loss. He really can't afford.
I guess he's wanting to get long shot because he doesn't know it's not like key lock that way.
Oh no!
Oh.
But you don't actually need long shot in the seed.
Okay,
Required long
I
shot.
get
No.
where he's going.
If he was doing that, he'd warp. If he was
Oh,
doing
he
that,
would.
he'd warp right now. He is not doing that.
Well, he would warp right now if he was going river too, because it's faster
right back
to
once again.
serenade
So where
to
is he?
get to. He's probably going up river, but just not realizing you still serenade if you're going to go to the bridge. It's faster.
Sorry, which one of them put Furores in Jabu?
Neither, because neither
neither
had magic.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know one of them was there. I forgot neither of them had magic at the time.
So for everyone in chat, the right hand is not a key. So spirit key logic is not logically long shot locked. You do have to cross the desert, but hovers are available, so it's not long shot for crossing. So because we do not know where lens is, it has to be long shot for lens. Yay.
So, yeah, OoTs is in go mode and just has to hope that FCS somehow mega dodges that boomerang.
And Chad is right. It could be long shot to scale to Din's to lens nonsense, but yeah.
At this point, we don't care.
At this point, we don't care. Basically, at this point, it is FCS's race to lose. He's on the right path. We know he's right in front of it, basically. He's just got to go a little bit more. And unfortunately for OoT, as soon as he does, that's tournament GG.
Yep, and that will be the end of Group 3 as well.
Correct. Well, I mean, they still have another match they could play, but none of it required for seeding.
Yeah, it won't affect who moves on or their positioning, so they can do it for fun and the...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, it's still a close race. This is only a couple minutes different.
Correct.
Here.
FCS definitely has the advantage, but it is still only a slight difference between them.
Because the other thing to keep in mind here is FCS has also gotten Rudo to the main floor, where OoT has not. So that's like less than 2 minutes there. So we're looking at like maybe a 5-minute advantage in FCS favor. It's somewhere around that.
Look, after 3+ hours, if you can make the difference of a race 5 minutes, all power to you. Like that's good race.
Yeah, this is a close race still. Execution still matters. FCS is doing Volvagia, which takes a decent amount of time where OoTs didn't, right? OoTs could bail after finding magic and hovers. I don't expect not OoTs. FCS could bail after finding magic and hovers. I don't expect them to. I expect them to full clear and keep going, but there are decisions to be made still, so this is still very much a live race and it's close.
Yeah. Until it's what we just said. It's FCS's race to lose until he decides to somehow not follow through on that and actually lose that race. That's how it is. Yeah, OoT has done an amazing catch-up after being relatively behind earlier. Alright, so the spicy noodle is down. Yeah, I really, that the well trick with the like to get the long shot. While the long shot was only required to get to the hovers, I believe you said, Majarkin?
Yes, that was on here.
Yeah. While the long shot was logically required for that, the fact that FCS was able to execute that trick and get the long shot earlier, how much of a difference do you think that is making in the long run at this point?
It helped route a little bit cleaner, but other decisions have taken some of that time away, so it's tough to say.
Because, I mean, OoT still doesn't have it, and if it's required to get those oh no, he's got...
No, it's not. Pierre is only hook locked. Yeah, Pierre's only hook locked, not long shot. So.
Oh, OoT.
Yeah. So OoT is in go. You don't actually need the long shot, so OoT is not going to make any time loss by going back to get it. So that's really good for OoT in the end, but it could have been hard required, in a way. So.
You are correct, Kolodos. This is gonna come down to it. Unfortunately, OoT's missed the shot of what I like to call the strongest ass in all of Hyrule, of hitting the switch with Rudo.
So basically, time-wise, it's FCS has to climb and has to get age change. Well, they both have to age change, but get back to Jabu versus spirit completion by OoTs. So that it's close, and it'll come down to execution.
Yeah, Kayla, that's what I said, because her head's up her ass. Yeah, that's right. I said it. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, big item in Jabu, let's go! It's gonna be like...
OoT's just like, nope. Bye!
It's a scale! It's gonna be a scale! We have to check that when the log releases. I guarantee you it's a scale.
There is no such thing as a spoiler log for encrypted seeds.
Oh, right. Ah, damn it.
Yep, no spoiler log.
Well, maybe... Nah, let's not ask them if they're going to go back for it. This is just mean. But that's got to be a scale. It's not any of the meme percent items. We've had those. What else could it be? We have all the magic arrows. We know where all the spells are. I mean, I guess it could be like third slingshot, I guess.
Oh, bomb bag.
Oh, double
slingshot,
defense! Double
D.
defense! Right.
We haven't seen third bomb bag, we haven't seen third bow, we haven't seen third slingshot.
Oh, we had seen third bow. Yeah, you're right. I always forget about the multiples of items. I'm just like, wait, we're out of unique items. That have to
We
be.
haven't seen either scale.
Yeah.
That's true though, you're right.
I just find it funny if Jabu swallowed the scale. Like, that's just funny to me, just
Okay.
generally.
Probably what's left of Azora he swallowed.
Well, I mean, I did say her head was up an ass. I don't think I specified which ass.
Ay.
Sorry, I have lost my damn mind. Anyway, Alright, it's not gonna be too much longer for FC because I believe it was in the top of the maze in the Fire Temple, right?
No, it was.
Oh no, that was the magic, right? That was the magic. That
was your logical magic here. It was the compass chest.
Right, thank you. Because the 3 items we saw were the magic in the top of the maze, the skull on Pierre's climb for hovers, and then after that was the boomerang.
So this is going to be OoT's Go Moding Spirit Temple versus FCS Go Moding Jabu.
You know, I wasn't paying attention to key logic and fire. There could be a required key, Pierre. I was not paying attention. So, and I don't think FCS has set up Scarecrow Song. So
I don't think so either, but he does have
bad.
long shots, so he could do pixel shots.
That is a very valid point. I will pay out the believers.
There is a key on Pierre. It's just, is there another key before Pierre? And that having to leave even with Fiora's to go set that up, especially if you haven't set it up as child, that throws the race in OoT's hands. I would think. So we'll have to see the logic here. It looks like I think this is magic, right? Oh no!
Oh no! That is also a big advantage in OoT's favor. Okay, less of a big advantage now because the FCS remembered something I didn't. Farore's Wind gets you back to the entrance of the
room.
Of the room. Sorry, gets you back to the entrance you entered through. Yes, he will have to do redo walking across the top of this maze, but this is certainly preferable to having to walk all the way around again.
Basically, the bottom line is, it's fine, nobody panic. Not even FCS.
It's fine, but it did cost FCS like 30 seconds-ish.
It did, but the recovery was fantastic execution on his part.
True. Good thinking as well.
And now he's like, wait a minute. Shit.
God damn it, that's logic.
But he's also key-locked, so let's see if FCS knows how to do pixel shot.
I think he is
Eyeballing
That's
it.
not he's eyeballing it. This is not gonna work, is it?
Well, I mean, we
If
have
it does, more power
long
to him.
before. Look, I wouldn't even be shocked at this point if someone pulls that off.
It's a very precise trick. There are a couple ways to set it up, but it's not free. It's free with setups. It's not free for eyeball, but it looks like he knows the setup and just trying to remember it. Some of these obscure tricks that you don't do very often, it can take you a little bit to
1, 2,
remember what.
3. Ooh, got spun around there, and now he's back to eyeballing it. That was not an ESS turn.
It's fine, I trust. I believe. It's cool, don't worry about it. It's fine, everything's fine. What are you talking about?
Oh, he got it!
Yo!
Like I said, you just gotta believe.
I mean,
Very nice.
Wow. I did not expect that to work. I apologize and take back everything I said, FCS. Wow.
Wow, what else did you say about him? What the fuck? Sorry, couldn't resist that one. But yeah, no, that was an amazing
I mean, it was
shot.
right there, not bad.
And he gets rewarded with hovers.
At this point, you gotta keep going, though, so...
Oh, yeah, for sure, but
Yeah.
couldn't he just have continued to long shot to grab higher on the chain? Like, he could have just done that, right?
You can't hit the chains.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
Those rates aren't hook-shottable. And there's your key. And obviously he wants to see what item this is.
And as to what we said earlier...
There's another key.
As we said earlier, it is no longer a tumor.
Nope, that's not a tumor anymore.
To me, this key is not required, so I wouldn't be taking the time. Having to do that extra trick and taking a bit on pixel shot, right? I think OoT is in the lead. Well, yeah.
Skyrus, there is no way he goes to pick up his long shot.
No way in hell will he pick up the long shot. He knows he's in go mode. Hook shot is all he needs to complete Spirit Temple, and that's exactly where he's going.
He has seen it in the well, Frogs. He saw it very early. It was on a golden Skulltula in the bottom of the well that requires Boomerang to pick up, and OoT was not able to pick up the... not able to pick it up.
Logically requires Boomerang. It's the one golden Skulltula in the well that doesn't hard require it.
Which I was about to say. Yeah, bottom line is there's a trick to get spit out at it by the like. FCS did it, OoT did not.
Okay, OoT is now going adult and is obviously going to warp straight to Spirit, and Spirit
FCS?
can be...
FCS, what are you doing?
Dear. Spirit can be rather... Is he fishing for... Oh no!
FCS left.
FCS left before grabbing the Boomerang.
That is...
I think that is game in favor of OoT, unless something goes very, very wrong.
That is exactly what we meant by the race to lose. That is the exact choice that wouldn't do it. Yes, he did use it for Roar's Wind earlier, but wait, didn't it go away when he used it?
He said it and used it immediately to get back up.
But did he then set it again?
No.
No.
So with that... Oh, he opened shortcut, okay.
Yeah, with that decision, the race is over, unless OoT throws so hard, like...
Temple.
Even if...
It throws FCS, harder than FCS just yeeted that rock, honestly.
Yeah. If FCS, even if he goes straight back to fire now, I was thinking OoT was starting to be in the lead because of some of the little bits of time losses here and there.
Yeah.
It's definitely over now. That's another... We don't have Bolero, we don't have Minuet, like, you don't have a way up there, so it takes a couple minutes to get up there. Then to climb back up where you were, it's over. Like, that's a 3-minute loss. Like...
That's key number 2 that OoT needs. Sorry.
I do like the phrasing from the Specialize here. Deep fire claims another.
Yep.
No argument here.
I can understand. Go ahead.
The point. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, when OoT was starting to continue to climb, I was waffling, like, do I stay, do I go? And now there's logic. That logic lets you... Well, what FCS is doing, oh, I can go Ganon's now logically, right? Lens is somewhere, I don't really care. You know, it has to be somewhere. I can logically go to Ganon's and there's a bunch of checks and it's quick.
Yeah, but you're up there in fire. You literally just got 2 keys to be able to continue, and then you just leave?
I agree. It's just you have, like, 2 checks up there. It's a hard choice. Like,
and
I was waffling as a commentator,
go mode key.
Yeah.
OoT can just walk through Spirit Temple, doesn't even need to play ZL.
I mean, he's still gonna run because it's a race. He's not even opening that big chest because... Oh, okay, fine.
Well, he's gonna do it for the fans.
I mean, to be fair, if it was like double defense... It was like double defense, I mean... It's nice to have.
Because I will like to point out...
fans and,
Agony, I think, is mostly for FCS in today's seed.
Yeah. I will like to point out that chat was saying go Ganon's even before we found Magic Wand or Hovers. Like, Hovers locked out of it being a possibility, so I can see why FCS did it with the items. It's just a really hard thing to leave checks up top, right? When you're already there, so it's a hard decision.
When you have
he literally saved a minute to lose 10. This is not the kind of play that wins you races. I apologize, straight up.
and it happens. It's 3 hours into a seed. It happens.
Yep.
But at the same time, yes, I think Cranks is 100% right. I think he lost track of the logic, which again happens 3 hours into a seed. But in addition to that, like Majarkin was just saying, when you have that strength 3 from Spirit, and then you go back and you have that strength 3, and then you're between your specific areas to check, like you're warping to another area, etc. That is when I think you 100%, regardless of what you're, unless there's a very obvious path hint that's telling you something, which there wasn't in this case, you absolutely chase that strength 3. That was, what, 9 checks in like a minute?
9 checks in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just about it.
Yeah, that you just can't put that off. I think that if you're transitioning between areas, and it's relatively easy to do so, you loop around and you grab that if you don't have a very obvious path.
So, I think the comment has been made. Oh, he lost track of the path for Ring. Yeah. Maybe it's still logical to cross now, right, with the hovers and the magic. So it's still an available path because Hammer gave you hovers and magic for crossing, which then gives you strength 2 and strength 3, right? So the long shot only matters for spirit logic, and that's probably where lost track of the paths comes in, because now you kind of know, you can figure out with that long shot path it has to lock the lens, right?
You know what else is really funny? OoT still doesn't know that Spirit also has strength 3.
Yep.
I think he got saved by that, honestly.
100%, I agree. And that's what makes it even funnier.
So, Dastar, you've been looking at the brackets earlier. What does this mean for brackets? Sorry, for this group.
Oh man, you're making me actually do work again.
I can do the work.
You did the research already. All you need to do is read it.
Yeah, I just have to remember where to find it.
I've got it on top of my head. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go. You got it. Go for it. I'll let you talk.
Well, OoTs versus Crank. Cranks, is that right? Yeah, Cranks. That. Oh no, it isn't Cranks. It's OoTs versus Krez matters now. That's the final race of this group. Krez is 2-0, Cranks is 2-1, and after this, OoTs will be 1-1. So that match, if OoTs beats Krez, it is on a 3-way 2-1 tie.
And that
which
means
we have a
3-way
tiebreaker.
tie for first in that group.
Yep, and 3-way tie for... So winners of that tiebreaker, the winner in second place move on. Yeah. Basically, I'm guessing you put them all in the same race. So
yeah, sure. That is how tiebreaker races work.
Okay, so the rest of Group 3 is in chat. Hey, Krez, what's up? Yeah, you doing
Chris
working.
is like, don't worry, I got this.
It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, obviously, of course, the other Group 3 competitors are going to be watching as well. And that's why Cranks has been here this whole time. But yeah, if it came down to just a 2-way tie, obviously the winner of the direct matchup between them would be the top seed. However, if there's 3 people at... Right. However, if there's 3 people at 2-1, well, that changes things.
Indeed. And happy 3 hours, everyone. Thank you to our runners, OoTs and FCS, who have been honestly putting on an amazing show for us. Go follow them if you aren't already.
Despite how rude the game is, it's just, I'm not saying that others don't, but I'm saying I definitely did enjoy it. Despite how rude this game is, these 2 kicked ass at this seed. I enjoyed watching the seed, and this seed sucked.
Yeah, they've been kicking ass and taking names. And also thank you to Skyrias, Tomotuck, and Blue Roses for tracking for us today. Thank you to our first time restreamer Nestriel for a flawless execution today.
Let's go!
Let's go! And thank you to my co-commentators Dastar and Majarkin for keeping me company.
Hey, thank you for letting me get back in the booth with you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yep, and thanks to you, Tobias, and then of course everyone else at the Silver Gauntlets who make things happen. So can't do it without all of you.
And
Yeah,
thanks to all of you in chat for watching this race.
I was about to make a joke like, the people at the Silver Gauntlets, they probably suck. They're not important. And then I realized 2 of the 5 of us are literally in this call.
Yes.
Whoop.
I think that would have been the joke.
No, actually, it wasn't. I was literally just thinking about how to make fun of you because that's our thing. And then I realized, wait, no, it's actually true. Oh, okay.
Look, when have you ever not been self-depreciating?
Wow, okay, we're going there today. Fine. All right. Anyway, back to the match. OoT is heading to Ganon's castle.
Yep.
I can't. I'm sorry.
This seed was awesome. This seed had jokes. This seed was some interesting logic, and this seed had a lot of swings, a lot of turns one way and the other. And FCS unfortunately has lost the plot here. Is in Water Temple. This is.
He got randoed. It happened.
He got randoed.
Rando is going to Rando. That is, unfortunately, in the name of the game. And now all we can do is just watch the ending.
But this is where, as a runner, you get very nervous. You're 3 hours in, and given where the items are, you're like, oh, they could have found them any time. They could finish any second. So
the worst feeling is literally thinking, wait, why haven't they finished yet? You have the item to finish, and then you're just like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Side note, completely, well, I guess slightly related. Trez, I know you're in chat. Do you have do you guys have a scheduled date for the match of you and OoT, assuming it was needed going up until this match? Because I could look it up, I just don't want to.
We can open Midos.house and figure out right now.
Like I said, I could do that, I just don't want to. Okay,
Next Saturday, thanks, Krez.
Assuming nothing catastrophic happens to OoT, next Saturday is when the group will fully be decided, and it looks like it might be a 3-way tiebreak race.
Which is awesome for a viewer perspective. We already have one confirmed 3-way tiebreak from a different group, so always fun. Not fun as a runner, but fun as a viewer for sure to watch these. Because yeah, our own Hell Knight in the 3-way tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think this will be the second confirmed one.
It's not confirmed yet, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Not fun. More Zooter, not fun. Anyway. I got jokes. Moving on.
Anyway, this is Ganondorf. The Ganondorf fight starting up for OoT. Meanwhile, FCS is showing us what is in Water Temple. Can't be a whole lot, but could be some bait.
Tobias, look at the active restream channel. It's funny. Just the layout.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, that's all. Just
sometimes that's just to be how it goes.
It
yeah,
is.
That's I think our rate target decided. I like it.
Yeah, it was just the fact that it says 6 made me laugh. Anyway, back to there.
Here's the piggy.
Anyone want some bacon? I think Lutz is cooking up a bit for us.
Bacon strips and bacon strips and bacon strips and bacon strips.
Honestly, the lens can be anywhere and nobody freaking cares. Let's go. Fuck the lens. Except I love the lens.
Don't heck with the lens.
No, I like the lens. I'm bad. I need the lens. We don't want to piss off the lens. Also, the lens gives us a lot of entertainment in Treasure Chest game.
Yeah, all we know is that Longshot has to lock the lens somehow. And that's it.
Let's play Morpha, because why not? Yeah, but I definitely think that FCS is 100% doing the whole, if it's still in fire, I just have to play that it's not there anymore. And that sucks, but that's the call. That's the call that got made, and he might have just realized it.
We'll see. Anyway, he has reset.
Mhm.
And this is phase 2 of the Ganon fight for OoTs. See where FCS heads. He heads out of Water Temple. Might
too late for him.
Yeah, too little, too late. Might have an inkling that, oh no, I forgot to check in water. In fire. There is one more. There is definitely one at least. There's definitely at least one more item in this dungeon.
And he can't
It
warp.
could be what I need.
But here's GG.
Yeah, cheers, GG
There's
in
GG.
favor of OoTs. Folks, get your GGs in chat congratulating OoTs on his first
Staying alive.
Challenge Cup group win. Staying alive, keeping the dream alive of making brackets for him. One of the people who just made Challenge Cup and is booking his first win here. GG's to
Let's
OoTs,
go.
finishing in first place with a time of 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 49 seconds.
Congrats to OoTs. And I'm gonna go ahead and mark it on the group. Done.
All right.
I always wait until it appears in the reporting.
Oh, and FCS asks in chat, in race time chat, where was this boomerang XD?
Oh, here we go.
Oh
no.
no. Deep fire,
What?
says OoTs, and I can only imagine the reaction on FCS's side at that point. Compass chest.
I'm
GG,
waiting
man.
for it. I'm looking at it as well. Yep, there it is.
There it is. OMG. Gonna ask if they want to join us for an interview, though.
I'm. Oh God, what OoTs just said. I shouldn't. But FCS is probably mad right now, honestly.
For sure.
And who could blame him?
Yeah, honestly. That is very valid.
All right.
Curse you, OoTs, says Ganondorf. And looks like OoTs is going to join us for an interview. He has been talking to his restream chat, to his stream chat the whole time. So FCS is asking for 2 minutes. It's been 3 hours, so we can cope with two more minutes. I'm gonna drag OoTs in here and see what he has to say.
Well, we'll find out. Hello, OoTs, GG.
Hey, GG. Yeah, thanks.
That was a seed.
Yeah, it was. Wow.
Obviously, as you saw, FC will be joining us in here in just a minute or so, just taking a quick
Yes.
breather. So what's your initial thoughts on that?
My initial thought was that I think logically, so if you logically, this was a real pain in the ass, I would say. But man, I don't know. I was happy to have continued into Deep Fire. I was happy to have found the magic, but I was quite sure that this wasn't really my path to Barinade. I think it was the hammer in GTG that then led to the boomerang eventually in Fire. But I wasn't really sure because I wasn't really sure about the number of keys I was supposed to get in GTG without the hammer. But yeah, it worked out in the end.
Yeah,
Someone asked
there's 6 available, so.
And that's enough, I guess. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yep.
So,
Well then,
to someone in chat asking, we have no idea where the lens is. We will never know where the lens is unless someone opens the seed and finishes 100%ing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, was that in water, maybe? That was my initial guess. I mean, you get irons, you get, like, Zora's Tunic.
That was something we surmised at one point because of just how much stuff you had at one point, but that's where FCS ended up, and he didn't find it yet.
Oh,
He didn't finish, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have no idea. We have seen basically everything but Shadow. Right?
And a good amount of water.
Was there a scale anywhere in the seed?
We
Not that
haven't
we saw.
seen one.
Okay. Yeah.
Scales might have been deleted from the seed. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that Dins was in the lake as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of giving me a little anxiety. I was hoping to not find a scale anywhere. So yeah, I don't know. I thought about opening that golden chest in Jabu, but I know it was foolish. So this could have been a scale, which would have,
That was actually a joke I made, but then I realized that we were missing like the third of some of the projectile
Scale
weapons.
can't be foolish, by the way. It's all locations reachable, so it's always going to be it's always going to be considered a useful item.
Mm-hmm. I get
Stepping
it.
on my memes. How dare you?
Yeah.
It could have been something like bomb bag or bow or something like a triple kit of a path item type of thing.
Yeah.
I just now noticed that FCS rated his chat over when the race finished. Welcome in, FCS and friends, and if you're willing to join us, feel free to just let us know when.
Told him to tell us when we can drag him in. So FCS, okay, we can swap him in. We can swap him in, says FCS. So let's go. Welcome in, FCS and GGs. What a seed.
Yeah, man.
GG's FCS. How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Especially with that reaction to where the ring was, right?
Yeah, and where is the lens for this logic?
We don't know.
Lens, you don't know where. Did
Nobody found
you
it.
see Gerdo Archery or ATZ Grotto?
Sorry, one more time.
Did you use but no, maybe did you archery Gerdo Archery? Maybe?
Horseback archery, yeah, I did that. That was just like a hard piece and some cash, I think. That was nothing really.
So from logic, all we know is that lens has to be long shot locked, because there's no other reason long shot could be locking spirit, because you have the bottom of the well path to spirit. You also have path to Dodongo, but so you have bomb bag to Dodongo and long shot to spirit, and you were not key locked in spirit by the right hand was not a small key. And then your strength, your magic, your mirror shield, either of the fire arrows weren't, and you had bows. Nothing was long shot locked, right? So it had to be lens for crossing.
Quick point for Oots. Sorry, go ahead.
Mirror shield was a long shot lock because Minuet was on the AD and Saya on Jabu.
So there's the logic then. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Mirror Shield was in the room between the two courtyards.
Oh, that's not long shot lock though. You can get it from the other side with just hook shot.
Yes, but we can go to adult SFM because Menuet was on the AD and
you get Sarias from beating Jabu, and you can get to the
yes.
You can get Apona's to get the hammer.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe shoot the sun for the lens, maybe?
Not there.
The sun was a red rupee.
I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So actually, Oots, speaking of checks you didn't see, do you want to know where your strength 3 was?
Yes, please.
Literally right above you in Spirit Temple when you got strength 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spirit in the show me the light room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. So that explains something, because I wasn't really sure if there was another strength because I was unsure what the key logic in GTG. I didn't really know if there was a strength that basically let me go into the back left of GTG. But yeah, well, Child Spirit, the first 3 checks, they were kind of like everything I wanted. So.
And then second magic was also on the boss key chest in Spirit.
Oh yeah, that made sense. Yeah, had to be there.
Yeah, the first one was, I believe, Upper Maze and Fire Temple.
Yeah. That was my first one as well.
Yeah. We never saw either scale. We never saw lens. We never saw double defense. We basically know where everything but like 4th bottle is, I think. Oh no, we found that. Never mind. Yeah, we literally found everything else.
Yeah. What a weird seed.
So what I'm thinking is, it's there's long shot only locks like 4 checks in water or something like it, 4 or 5 because of skulls, and then it technically locks a check in shadow. The skull way deep in shadow, the pure one, could have had lens for some reason, but that's all that is long shot locked. So there could have been a scale somewhere to get Dins to do shadow to get that one skull. We'll just never know.
And no one wants to know what that one, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, speaking of getting long shot, it's a little bit of technique for you. You can get that hook shot in like that Skulltula in bottom of the well with that's next to the like. By just getting eaten and then spit out at the Skulltula by the like.
Wait, seriously? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's well, okay.
I did that.
Good to know.
It was my first hook shot. I did that
actually,
with like.
Actually,
yes.
It was technically both of your first hook shot on when you saw it, because you both went to basically almost like the same time. The good like 10 or 15 minutes you guys were at the beginning. You guys were just in sync. But speaking of pieces of skill and execution, how about that pixel shot from FCS?
Oh, holy heck, that was amazing.
Oh, that's so cute.
Like, we're like, wait, how are you doing this just by eye? And then I'm like, no, you just got to believe it's fine. And then you nail it, and it's like, okay, cool.
I was like, there is no way he's just eyeballing this. He was just eyeballing this, and he got it.
That was nuts, man. That was absolutely nuts.
But about pixel shot, I did some tutorials about that, so I know the.
Oh,
and they surely paid off. Wow.
No, that is really your thing, huh? Like, I mean, yeah, if you're the one giving the tutorials about it, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I've got not good, but I got a channel, YouTube channel with a lot of tutors for beginners, beginners friendly.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. I mean,
I did
it works.
this one.
All right.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room here real fast. OoT, you have managed to stay alive with this win. You are still in contention. Everything comes down to you versus Krez next week.
All right.
For your group. Obviously, Krez is currently 2-0. You are now 1-1. Unfortunately for FC, we are sorry to report that is unfortunately this one was nailed. I mean, it was already nailed in the coffin, I guess, but that is the end of it for you. But thank you for participating in Challenge Cup. It was quite a lot of fun.
It was already the end before the start of the race because UTZ lost against the Kronk. So.
Yeah, but I don't want to say that out loud until after I do and realize I should not have said that. And of course, Crank's also at 2-1. So if OoT can take the win against Krez next week, we'll have a 3-way tie. Otherwise, Krez and Cranks are going to move on from your group. But that'll be another race to see when it happens. But it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, let's see what else happened here that we want to touch on real fast. We talked about the tricks that they've done. Tobias, help! I don't remember what I was talking about. Usually, you know what I'm talking about better than I do.
Unfortunately, not at the moment. I'm thinking definitely
just the avoidance of fire.
I mean, yeah, the avoidance of fire. Both of you avoided fire like the plague. Did not want to commit to that hammer. What I didn't get, FCS, I didn't yet understand your decision to leave fire after checking the Pierre checks. What were you thinking there?
Oh yes, about when I found Overboots and Second Magic, I guess.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I was okay. So lens could be anywhere. So I was okay. Long shot is maybe pass for the AD, and I was
okay.
At this time, okay, I can go to Spirit. Even I don't know where was the lens, but I guess the lens was.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. So with Overboots and First Magic in Fire, I guess. Oh, okay. it's long shot for AD, and so boomerang can be anywhere. So
so it was the AD commitment at that point, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's rough because it was literally the next, or not, I don't know if it was the next, but it was right
the
there.
next check, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember a thing I wanted to ask y'all about. So what was both your thoughts? Because I think you both got the same level of checks in the area on your first trip, or your only trip, if the case was. I don't remember anymore. GTG, you got your path to Baronade, and you find a sling and a hammer, and you can't get past the silver block. What's your thoughts seeing that? Like, are you, obviously you didn't want to do, like, neither of you wanted to do the hammer because you both put off fire. Like, I get that. I don't want to do it either. But were either of you hoping that it was just hiding in the silver block room behind Strength 2 instead of being the hammer or the sling?
I hope for maybe Strength 2 on Goma with slingshot pass for Goma and get a Strength 2 maybe, and come back to GTG and go check behind Strength 2, but no.
Yeah. We actually had a gamble in chat for, was it going to be behind one of the two known items or was it behind the strength block? And well, hammer won out, so whoops.
All right.
But yeah. No, I think that's really all the questions. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was very much a roller coaster of a seed because at the very beginning it was, oh, everything is bomb locked again. Cool, that's the game. And then you have bombs and you still have no idea where things are. Wait, what?
Yeah. How was the seed from a commentator's perspective? Was there a lot of divergence in routing, or was it mostly like, I mean, were we both in forest at the same time or something like this?
There was like a minute of double forest.
Okay, well that's okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
That's variable. I think a bit of a divergence, or bit of a difference was. I think FCS in the beginning, after Kakariko went upriver, got the hints there, and you decided to go straight child. That was something I remember.
Yeah.
I think that was the first major divergence, but it was still technically within like a minute or two of each other. Mm-hmm. The first real major divergence was FCS getting spit by the like into the hook shot. So they went around with that hook shot early on, which did some help for them in routing. I mean, there's no lie about that. It did. But you followed the path better. I mean, that's how you ended up where you are. And that's how we got there. But
Stick closer to logic, yeah.
It worked out for you. Rando's gonna rando, and Hookshot needs to stop getting eaten by spiders.
Yeah, I gotta look into that trick, definitely. That's next on my list, I think.
Amazing. All right.
I think yeah. Go ahead.
Do you two have any more questions for us? Otherwise, I think we're just about wrapped up here.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Thank you for the restream.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy we have not won song rap random. I hate this setting, really. Song rap random is.
You really don't like random song warps. No. I get it. Yeah, it's a surprising amount of entrance randomizer, and it can be surprisingly painful. I got you.
My first race, I lost it because Nocturne was vanilla with song rap random and Nocturne on AD. So
that is awful. That is awful.
That is kind of rude. All right, folks. I think that just about wraps us up, though. Nestriel, do you want to take us out of here?
Sounds good. Thank you, Tobias, and thank you to so many people involved with this race. Thank you to our runners again, OoTs and FcS35. Thank you for taking the time to run this race and allowing us to restream it. Thank you to our trackers working behind the scenes to keep the overlays seen here and accurate notes throughout the run updated throughout. Sky Reyes, Tumultalk, and Blue Roses for You. Thank you to our commentators, as always, and that you've been listening to, and they regaled us throughout the run. And thank you, of course, to all of you wonderful viewers for sticking with us. I have been your restreamer. Oh, sorry.
I was actually about to do what you're doing, and that's give one more shout out to our first time restreamer, Nastriel, right here, because there was no jank that I could see from my end, and that is definitely unlike any of my restreams here. Because there's always jank, and I did not see any, and it was great. Great job, and thank you.
Heart, thank you, and hopefully I just didn't disappoint too much. So it sounds like hopefully, at least for you, I didn't do that, Dastar. But thank you again.
Not at all.
That was the opposite of a disappointment. That was an appointment. No, wait, that's another word.
Let's just quit while we're behind and let Nastriel take us out, because I won't interrupt him anymore.